Have you ever had to tattoo
So this is very early in my career. A weird old Japanese dude came in. He brought this wrinkled piece of paper out of his pocket and uncrumpling it on the counter and like it pushes it forward. And it's like this drawing of like two legs on a, and he's like drawn these like ants and he's like, can you make it look like there's ants crawling out of my
Welcome back to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host, Connor, joined once again by the boys, Joe and Garn. And today we have a very special guest.
Yes.
It's Hori Benny himself, tattoo extraordinaire.
Man, nice to finally meet you guys.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
I should have hyped it up more. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good, man.
So I know that Joey, out of the three of us, is the only one with tattoos.
Yes.
And you did one of Joey's.
I did, yeah, indeed, last year.
I personally have always felt like I can't see myself having a tattoo, but whenever I see anyone else, I'm like, that looks so cool.
Sure.
But I'm really fascinated to learn more about it, the history of it, because I know you've been doing it in Japan for a while as well.
Yeah, for a minute.
So I imagine that it'd be nice to hear some of your stories as well.
Yeah.
How do we kick this all off? I mean, tell us about yourself and how you got into it.
Man, like, it's kind of hard to know where to start because I've been here for so long.
Yeah, how long have you been in Japan for now?
God, can I swear on this show?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
You say whatever you want.
Yes.
Okay. I've been in Japan for like 24 years now.
Whoa.
So for a minute. And then I visited a couple times before I came to live here, but like I think 2001, I think, is like the year I came to
Damn.
live here. Yeah.
Well, you look so young.
No, why, thank you.
I thought you were like,
Before the internet eviscerates me.
I think you're like same ages as me.
Oh my God. No, dude. I'm moving from Unk into G.
Wait, I didn't know there was a level beyond art.
I didn't know that.
There is. I'm the Unk gatekeeper.
Oh my God.
Okay.
The ultra unk.
24 years though. Holy shit.
24 years. Yeah. And then tattooing for about 22 of those.
In Japan for 22.
Yeah. So I didn't tattoo in the United States. I only tattooed in Japan. So I didn't even get into tattooing until I came here.
Damn. How the hell did you get into Japan? Because Japan notoriously is quite a hard place to get into doing tattooing.
I feel especially back then as well.
Yeah.
Definitely not a straight line. Definitely not a straight line. Like, again, this is back when dinosaurs ruled the earth. Like I was like 20. So at first I was like, I just want to go to Japan. I just want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Remember like in those days too, that you didn't really have like YouTube at your fingertips to like, or
Research.
TikTok videos to like, to tell you like what it's like to even go to a foreign country, let alone like what the customs are.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
anime was way more niche back then.
Yeah.
And so like, I want to just go and like get that experience. And I'd been studying Japanese and I'm like, I don't even care. I just want to go and like check it out. Maybe I'll try to teach English for like half a year. And then it's been like 25 years.
So how did you initially, like what job did you have when you initially came to Japan?
My first job was English teaching.
English
I was
teaching,
I was an ALT on the JET program.
Right.
So,
when
when
things never change.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs, when they had their first English dinosaur that came over.
Yeah, I keep waiting for them to send me that letter for one of those like JET conferences. Like, where are they now? Like,
They should
what
do
can
that.
JET do?
I feel like that's like half the appeal because people want it as a gateway, right? They want to have it as a jumping off.
Totally.
I'm sure the moment I left JET, they were like, thank God he's gone.
What a pariah. He's tattooing people now.
My goodness.
So you did the JET thing for how long? Like the first year or two, I guess?
So I did it for 2 years and I was going to do it for like only one. And then I renewed. And then like kind of after I renewed, I'm like, okay, like I think I'm kind of ready to move on from this. But
Yeah, right.
also too, like I was stationed on a small island in Kagoshima.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Which, islands are awesome.
Yeah.
Well, some islands, not other islands. Like, the islands of Kagoshima are super awesome.
Right.
And, but when you're, like in your very early 20s, you can only look at so many palm trees and drink so much shochu before you're like, okay, like I think I want to
Do something else. Yeah.
live in the city, do some other things. Like
sure.
the youngest person on your island is like 88 years old.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Not quite the 20s life.
Yeah, not exactly what I'd imagined. So at that time I had started, because like every weekend, like it would be like Friday at 3:00 and I would be hitting the ground running to get like into a city.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
And I wouldn't be coming back until like Monday before class.
Right.
So I
right.
do like that, like
Oh, like you go into Kagoshima City.
I would go kind of like wherever I could go from there. So Kagoshima City was the easiest because it was like a 3-hour drive.
Right.
But we would go up to like Kumamoto and Fukuoka.
What was the island name that you were?
It was Nagashima. So it's a small island that's actually between Amakusa which is
Yeah.
Nagasaki and the rest of Kagoshima proper.
Right, right.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a little tiny island. Yeah, it translates to Long
Maybe-
Island,
maybe
but
we
it's
can
very different.
pull up a
than-
map of where it is as well, just so we can get a little.
Is it where Nagashima Spa Lando is? Or is that somewhere else?
I don't think so. Although there was a couple of really famous Goemon Budo.
Yeah, right. Yeah, where is this one?
Yeah.
Where is it? It's not even showing up on
Even
Google.
Google Maps is like, where do I find
If
this
you
place?
search that
You're like
area.
almost there, dude. Like Amakusa is at the bottom there. Go down. Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Find it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, right. Nagashima Island,
That
is it?
does not look.
That
like
looks
it.
too small.
That does
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
look
that
like
was
looks like a
tiny.
foot.
That's the wrong. Dude.
Oh,
It's
down below.
I'm pinching and
Amakusa.
zooming.
Oh, I see it. Right at the
Yes.
bottom there.
Ah,
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Nagashima.
Wow. Could you drive onto this island from?
So they built a bridge eventually. Yeah. So
So that wasn't there when you were there?
they had like just finished it, I think.
That's a crazy
So-
flex. There was no bridges when I was there.
Oh my goodness, dude. No, it was the talk of the island, let me tell you. They built a convenience store. They built a Lawson's 45 minutes away, like on the mainland, and people
Right.
were just like ecstatic.
I cycled when I did one. I do cyclothons where I cycle around Japan, and I did one around Kyushu, and we went through Izumi.
Yep.
And I remember Izumi was like famous for they had their local thing, or they had this museum that they in very early times Japan. They got their smartest kids and sent them off to like America. Like they gathered the smartest
From
kids
from Izumi?
from like all of like the local areas and sent them off. And then this museum was really interesting because it was like Ian was telling me about it. That apparently all the kids went on to do like exceptional things,
Right.
in America.
Yeah, right.
But very early on they sent before there was any kind of real communication between.
Huh.
I don't recall meeting any of those kids.
Yeah, but I still was really interesting. Sorry, but that's so cool though. That's wow.
Well, then they built the Shinkansen when I was there. So they were still building the tracks, and me wanting to get kind of farther away on my weekends. I'm like,
Right.
please God, finish the Kagoshima Shinkansen. But it was a big deal when they opened it. They opened Kagoshima Station, and everybody was all happy. And then they retired some of the old trains, and then like all the train guys are out there with their cameras like crying.
Yeah.
I, like in solidarity, I bought one of the models.
Oh.
The train I used to ride and stuff.
Dude, hell yeah.
But yeah, we would try to, kind of get out of there pretty much every weekend and go check things out. And then once in a while I'd get up to like Osaka or Tokyo on a special occasion. And that's when I started meeting like some Japanese tattooers.
Right.
And getting to know kind of more about their world and stuff like that. Because when I was on the jet thing, it was fun for what it was when I was doing it. But like, I think really realistically, like 3 or 4 months into it, I was like, okay, well, what is going to come next for me? Like when this is over. And that was kind of when the compass needles sort of started pointing to tattooing, because I would it was such a contrast to the Japan that you read about in textbooks. Remember, again, for context, like there's no YouTube to tell you like what Japan is like.
Yeah, for sure.
There's
yeah.
a couple like web pages or
Forums.
there's a new thing called a blog.
oh,
Oh my God. Anyway, yeah. So there'd be these like little hints you would get at it, but then there was this idea that Japan was very straight laced, that it was just, these salarymen walking around bumping into stuff, and it was like Godzilla, and like that was kind of it. And so when you actually came over here and like started meeting, like these tattooers and like going to shows and things like that, it was like this side of Japan that was like so wild. And like, coming from the United States, I had no idea that Japan had things like that. So I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. Like I'm hanging out at like these punk shows. I'm going to these tattoo shops. Like, look at me. I'm so cool. I have these cool friends in Japan. Like, I was 20, right?
yeah.
But that was kind of when, I would see people like doing their art, and they weren't doing like graphic design or commercial art. They were doing art that they liked for people that they liked. They were getting paid for it. And I was like, wow, like this is the life for me.
Yeah,
Right.
Somehow. So that's when I started kind of making my plans to ask for an apprenticeship.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
Sorry, I think your mic needs to be a little bit closer.
A little bit
Yeah,
closer.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
This is
Yes.
so.
It's got to be very close.
It's got to be
very
in your
close.
face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
So what was the process of getting like an internship or like an apprenticeship for a tattoo? And was there a visa or something for that at the time, or was it a bit of finagling? You're like, yeah, well, we got it.
Finagling is a good word.
Finagling,
Finagling is a good word.
Look, the visa categories are broad. They can be
Yes.
applied in many different ways.
They have. And like things were a little, I keep saying this. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to say it one last
Like it's
time.
20 years ago. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
it was
fine.
a long
Yeah.
time
ago.
It's a long
It
time
was-
ago.
yes.
Yeah, the immigration process was a bit different. It was more like human to human, I feel like.
Okay.
There was also like less people trying to get into Japan.
Yes.
At that time.
Yes.
So you would just walk up and talk to a person, then they'd be like, well, you look okay, whatever,
Yeah,
So,
right.
Usually the process of getting an apprenticeship is like you find artists that you like and you start hanging out with them or getting tattooed by them. And like eventually, you get up the courage to put together some of your, drawings, no matter how terrible they are. And you bring them in. You're like, I'm really interested in doing this. Would you be interested in teaching me? At least that's traditionally how like apprenticeships went. I mean, I think again, the internet has really changed this whole dynamic, of course, but that's kind of how it was. And so then there's a difference sort of too between what like an American would think of as like a tattoo apprenticeship versus like how Japan would treat a deshi shisho, a master and apprentice relationship.
Right.
So there were some cultural differences that I was like not prepared for.
Yeah, right.
I did not know. Like I didn't realize like, remember in like Spirited Away where they're like, here's your new outfit, start scrubbing them floors. And she's like, when can I go home? And they're like, your parents are pigs, you can't leave. And you're like, oh. I was not as cute as Chihiro, but it was like something like
probably weren't ready for like all the other work you had to do.
No. I mean, there was not quite literal poop demons, but it was close enough. Yeah, like there was.
Jesus.
I mean, someone's got to help, right?
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
No, yeah, exactly. And back in those days, I mean, there's like a lot of mopping of floors, a lot of doing chores, a lot of like running by my tobacco. Right.
Yeah.
This is very Showa.
Yeah, really is.
So
that's funny.
Yeah.
So you were doing that apprenticeship for how long until you finally started to kind of able to start doing it yourself?
So with apprenticeships in Japan, you're still kind of always considered an apprentice to your shisho. Like that relationship is like
never changes.
It's just always understood. Yeah. So, but like, there's a period where, of course, like you start working, you start earning money, you start, paying some of that money back. And I think in my case, so I worked in that studio for about 10 years. So that's, I think, pretty typical. I think it was even typical of people older than me, if you can imagine such a thing.
Wow.
People older than me, like doing it's true. But like for like 20 years, right?
Wow.
I mean, really like, paying back all that skill that you got. So there's this idea that, of course they're not paying you to be there either. So it was really like scraping by until you can finally start to get clients and pull yourself up.
So did you know how to draw before you started the apprenticeship, or did you kind of learn on the job?
I would say I liked to draw. I wouldn't say I knew how. I mean, just like a little kid doesn't really like know. They know implicitly sort of how to draw, like that they like doing it. And so I always kept sketchbooks. It was always just like something I enjoyed doing ever since I was like very little. It's like drawing's one of my first like memories. Yeah. So, but then once you kind of get into a world where you're like ostensibly going to do this for a living, right? Yeah. Then you start inevitably comparing yourself to other people and seeing people who are in your industry and like how good they really are. And so I think, like when I walked in, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to take over this town. Just give me like 3 weeks. And then, I'm like weeping in an alley, nibbling on a discarded rice ball. Like,
God damn.
So why tattooing and not any other kind of art form?
I think just kind of going back to what we were talking about before, it was seeing the types of things that people were drawing, right? So I did try when I was still in the United States to get into graphic design. This is kind of when during the first .com boom was going on. And so no one had like degrees in anything, but people were desperate to hire, like, can you program HTML? Right. There was a lot of that. So I was like, and like, you'd grab a book and figure it out. And then like, now they call it like UI UX design, but back then it was just like, a web designer, right? Or whatever, making little 3D buttons for web pages and stuff. So like, that's where I kind of started off doing it. And like, it was like fun enough. But then it was like, am I going to like lock into this? Is this going to be like,
this is my future?
Is this my future? The movie Office Space had just come out. I mean, it was kind of, I had this thing where like, I've never even been to Japan. I've never even left the United States except for Canada. And so it was like, all right, like I've got to make a change here. And so it was kind of like a series of steps, but just to answer your question, it was when you'd go into the studio and then you would see, not only were people drawing like stuff that was cool, like skulls and snakes and like
there's a vibe,
beautiful ladies, things like that, right? And then you'd see that tattoo flash up on the wall, and then you'd see people walking around with it, and then you'd go hang out with those people at like shows and go get drunk afterwards, and then it was like, wow, like this is the life, this is so cool. So it was like extremely attractive at the time.
Yeah. So like, as someone who doesn't know much about tattoos, how do you even go about learning? Since you started off with like graphic design kind of, but how do you even go about learning enough, skills and confidence to start tattooing yourself?
Oh man. Like I mean, so like everything, you break it into pieces and it comes in like little steps. So there is the component of drawing, then there's like the technical component of tattooing, and then there's this entire other component that no one really thinks about until you're in it, which is like human relations that you are sitting in front of. It's not a canvas, right? It's a human being. It's another person. And you're doing something that's going to be on that person's body for life. It's going to, change them, not to over dramatize it. Though, right? But it's permanent. So, or for all intents and purposes, it's permanent.
Yeah.
So like you have to sharpen all three of those really. And it helps if you like already like to draw, but then being able to draw something on a flat piece of paper is very different to like matching.
Yes.
It's not just like slapping a sticker on.
Yes.
So
It's like signing someone's t-shirt while they're wearing it. It's impossible to like, you suddenly look drunk.
It keeps moving around.
and then like it goes.
Yeah.
Which, a tattoo machine is also going. So you have to be able to kind of control that on something with the consistency of jelly in 3D.
Yeah, it's like fighting back.
The person is, it depends on the person too. Like some people they can just sit there like totally stoic, like rocks. And then some people they're like writhing.
Yeah.
Right? And then so you have to kind of get into a little bit of like a coaching mode.
You're a therapist, you're an artist.
a little bit.
You're doing all of it.
Yeah. So, most people though, like, I mean, they're there in the chair to get the thing done. And so you just have to kind of like walk them the rest of the way. So some people are like, they're just like, whatever, it's not a big deal at all. And then other people, it's a bit more of a challenge.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Hey boys, it's Joey, here to let you know about today's sponsor, Shopify. When we started Trash Days, it was super overwhelming and every day seemed to introduce a new decision that needed an answer. When you're starting off with something new, it seems like your to-do list keeps growing every day with new tasks, and that list can easily begin to overrun your life. Finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything can be such a game changer. For millions of businesses, that very tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names to brands just getting started. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. You can accelerate your efficiency whether you're uploading new products or trying to improve existing ones. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. You can get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. So boys, if you have an idea that's going to make you some cash money, start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/trash. Go to shopify.com/trash. That's shopify.com/trash. Back to the episode.
Obviously, in Japan, it's like tattooing is such a topic that people always ask about. Like my family is like, they'll be like, oh, is it okay if someone has a small tattoo? Can I come in the onsen? It's always like a thing people worry about, and it's brought up a lot. And then you have to explain about tattoos. But then I also don't I don't fully understand why the tattoo rules apply to some people, why they don't apply to others, why some onsens don't have a problem, some do. Like, I guess from that perspective, because you've done it all in Japan, were you able to like shed some light into maybe the history of it and all the difficulties around it and stuff and the whole thing, really?
Yeah, sure. So Japan is an old country.
Yeah, of course.
The United States is not. And so as a joke, one of my Japanese buddies ribbed me with, he's like, what's history class like in your country? Is it like 1 week long? Anyway, all that is just to say though, that like, of course, America has a history of tattooing too. Most countries do. Like Polynesia has a history of tattooing, and Japan has a very interesting history of tattooing. Like there are books written about it. I mean, and it's a long one. So it starts all the way back in the Jomon period where people are just doing, like these very kind of like ritualistic and tribal type designs that we don't have a lot of records for because it's, like ancient history, all the way up to when the Edo period starts. Japan cuts itself off from the world. And in that world, in Edo and really all around Japan, like it's like ukiyo-e prints, it's like kimono patterns, everything is just blossoming. And people are figuring out like shape language and flows and motifs, and it's getting like codified almost. Right. And so like, when you do this motif, you use this kind of pattern and so forth and so on. And like, these like wind bars and like, water stripes and things like the mikiri of the tattoo, that changes from like not only family to family, like tattoo families, but also from like prefecture to prefecture. Or this is really like almost before I think there were the prefectural systems. So it'd be like the way they would tattoo it in Kyushu would be different from the way they would tattoo it, up here in Kanto. So like but again, like a lot of this stuff it was going overground and it was going underground. And there were periods of time like when it was illegal, like during the Meiji Restoration. And then there was like, the Second World War. And then, things radically changed in Japan, like all over the place.
Yeah.
And then, the Americans were stationed here. And then that was kind of bringing that culture back in. And then people just kind of like, honestly, there was like cultural taboos that were made, but just in terms of like the law, things didn't really change for a long time until suddenly, I think in about 2010, there was like an incident.
Oh, the big case. Yeah.
That was a big case. Yeah.
Big case.
There was a big case.
Yeah. So
What
basically,
was
it was a big case where a tattoo artist, and correct me on any information I miss, Benny, but
Go for it.
I believe it was something along the lines of there was a tattoo artist who essentially they implemented a law in Japan where tattoo artists needed medical degrees.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of particulars about this that so what it really was that there was more and more cases piling up against like art make. I don't even know what art make is in English.
Yeah.
When people get like cosmetic tattooing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So,
Like permanent eyebrows.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so like,
Right.
people would just be basically like charging people obscene amounts of money, doing crooked eyebrows and like absconding with their money. And like it was filling up the courts. Right. And so like the police started investigating it and peeling back the layers and then finding like, well, these people are buying from these tattoo supply places. Well, who are these tattoo supply places and what kind of stuff are they buying and who's buying it? And so they started subpoenaing that information and peeling back the layers. And then all of a sudden, this is, I think, when Hashimoto was the mayor of Osaka.
Yeah.
And then it just became this cabal against tattooers. Like, we're going to like shut this down. We're going to crush it out. This is also about the same time that the same administration decided they were going to get rid of all the clubs. They had this no dancing law in Osaka. Like, you can't dance after 12 a.m.
What?
Yeah. They tried to do this to push all the clubs out of Shinsaibashi.
Yeah, right.
To try to like clean it up.
Right.
Clean Amimura
right.
up and make it like more tourist friendly.
Yeah.
This is anecdotal, but I lived through it and it was like bullshit. And some clubs survived, but a lot of them got pushed out.
Right.
But the reason that I'm bringing that up is because they had this old law in the books, probably from the 1930s or 40s, like you can't cut a rug at night or something like that.
Yeah, right.
So they were trying to do something akin to that, where they brought up an old law, like the technical letter of the law is that you can't put a needle into somebody else unless you've got a medical license.
Yeah, right.
And so they picked up a tattooer in Osaka. They actually raided a few studios and they picked up a few people.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I was also brought in for questioning by the police.
No.
Oh yeah. That was fun. For like,
What are they asking?
You're like, I'm just eating shit and eating in the corner. I'm hungry. I just started.
I'm not having my lunch. And I was like, well, I mean, everyone kind of, because everyone started hearing rumors about tattooers are getting arrested. Like, what's going on? And so everybody was kind of waiting for this other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
And then they started this investigation and then they're like, we're going to start, like punishing people. Well, then what happened was this case got escalated to the prefectural court. Then it got escalated to the Japanese Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And it basically was like, is tattooing a medical operation or isn't it? Like, yes or no?
Right.
And so they were like, the Supreme Court of Japan was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Now that's the very, very like short abridged version.
Yeah.
There were Japanese constitutional lawyers involved in this. And I would encourage anybody who really wants to know the whole story to actually like look it up. But a lot of people try to talk about this case. And I think it's like, oh, it was illegal, but now it's legal. Well, that's not quite right. I think it was unregulated
Right.
for a long time. And so it was kind of a breath of fresh air for people that it happened because, Japan also, its tattooing was underground for so long, again, pretty much after the Meiji period. And the people that were protecting that culture were the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Right. And keeping that alive. And like, there isn't a lot of like written record of it. There's a few. I think everyone maybe knows like the famous guy who like was preserving the skins in Tokyo University.
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
I'm blanking on his name.
That is metal as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preserving skin.
Yeah. So he would flay these guys like after they died.
What?
And yeah, he would preserve them. I think he had something like 75 of these like Yakuza bodysuits. Well, they're still in the
Did he just
Tokyo
go-
Daikaku.
That's crazy. He must have just gone to the families or them before they passed and was like, can I can I
have that?
Can I have your scan? Yeah. To be fair though, if you were a tattooer, I mean, why wouldn't you want someone to have the canvas? Let them have it, you know?
I mean, you're dead.
Yeah. I don't need it. Like,
How do you even start that conversation?
to be fair, does anyone you get in a conversation with, I imagine it would be a tattoo enjoyer in a country that it's kind of a bit, oppressed to have a tattoo, right? Someone who's probably a bit more open-minded and is like, fuck it, just take it.
I mean, sometimes you hear about somebody in Japan who has like a crazy out of control hobby, like, or an obsession with trains or something. And this guy was like all about tattoos. And so he did all this like medical, like, research on them and stuff. And they used to let you go there and check them out.
Right.
And then I think it was like in the 80s, some reporter went in there and was like, I need to borrow one of these for like a story I'm writing, or something happened where someone like stole.
What?
Yes, someone stole a couple of these skins.
What
and
the
absconded
fuck?
with them. And then Tokyo University was like, all right, these things are going into like however they store these things. I can't even imagine how they do it. But
The
like,
cryo chamber.
because I called them. I was doing research for a book about 10 years ago, and I'm like, can I go and like photograph these and check them out? And they're like, no, we can't let you.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, but I'm a. And I'm like, oh,
Do you know who I am?
I have no credentials. There's no reason to let me into your archives. Yeah, so that was it.
That's insane. Someone just walked in like they stole like a fucking coat or something.
Yeah, right?
So, when that
They slip it out like Tom Cruise.
he meets you with 4 layers on.
They're like, where'd he go?
They'll never suspect me.
Sorry, officer. I'm just going to the changing room quickly.
Oh my God, Hannibal Lecter shit.
So, that court case, because I feel like was it like 5 years ago where that ruling finally happened? Because was it probably a long case? Because I feel like I remember a couple of years ago, we had the conversation. We were like, oh, it's like legal now. But I guess it was a misinterpretation of it was never not illegal. It was just challenged. And now it was proven to be but has it changed at all since then? Has it become more accepted? Have the vibes shifted at all in Japan with
culturally, you mean, or legally? I mean, culturally, so I remember in 1998, this was like when Japan had this like tattoo boom where for a while, there was almost like a bifurcation between like traditional Japanese irezumi and like a tattoo, like a Western style tattoo, right? Yeah. And then people would really, really make this hard distinction. And like, so opening a public facing tattoo shop really almost didn't even happen until like after 1998, like a shop with tattoo flash where people could walk in and get a tattoo. So like it took a while for, anyway, like it kind of kicked off this boom. Sort of. Right. People started getting tattoos. And then this is also when people were becoming, it was like, what is it? The 3 Bs, beautician, bartender, and bandman.
Right.
Right. So everybody was trying to do like these cool jobs in the early, the early 2000s. So everyone was getting tattooed. Yeah. And so at the moment, it felt like if you were in your 20s, like all these, crusty old boomers, are like giving way to the new generation. Like tattoos are going to be totally acceptable. And then there was just this like return to conservatism that persisted and persisted. And then it felt like, when that court case came, it was like, what are we doing here? Like, you just can't draw on people's bodies, like, and that's it. And it really felt like, oh, like this is going to be the end of it for sure. But then now I think what's happened is TikTok happened. Really. And now I think people are just like, Japan can't pull this like reefer madness bullshit. Like kids are too savvy for it, man. They can't just be like, if you even look at a Japanese momiji wrong, like, you'll go insane.
I think it also helps you expose to people. I think in Japan, it's very easy to never meet someone with a tattoo if you really go out for your way or you're in certain circles, right? So perhaps I feel like it's probably exposed people more to different ideas, but people with tattoos as well who seem normal and just like them, It's like tattoos don't suddenly make you a pariah that lashes out and you
you're not immediately a criminal once you have a tattoo.
Yeah. I think visually too, there was something in the older generations where if like someone had a suit on and like the cuff of their sleeve went up and you just saw a little bit of like this, you'd be like, ooh.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'd argue for some communities, it's still like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can kind of tell. But then I think when you cross into like you see somebody and they have something, and it's like a small flower or a little butterfly. And then it's not too much of a bridge to go, oh, that's kind of cute. And you're like, did I think an irezumi was cute? Right? Yeah. But, it is.
Oh, I scare so many people with my pun tattoo, bro. Like, if Japanese people look at them, they're like, oh, he's a Yakuza for sure.
I can see how people would be scared in maybe different ways.
Yeah.
I look at that, I'm like, Joe, you doing good? Are you good, Joey?
I'm doing fine. Yeah.
So, I'm curious. Do you normally tattoo? Are your client base? Do you normally tattoo like other Japanese people, or do you get a lot of foreigners as well?
So, it's totally flipped. When I started tattooing, I only tattooed Japanese people.
Right.
And there just weren't like a lot of foreigners in Japan. And like
Yeah,
I was in Osaka, so there weren't even like military bases around Kansai. So you didn't even have like the Yokosuka, you know.
You must have been the
Naoi.
only white guy in Osaka.
I mean, like in Kagoshima, it felt that way for sure.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You know, in Osaka though, I mean, yeah, like really, like, yeah, there were people who would come through, people would come through for work. We had like Universal Studios. So you'd see like the USJ guys out getting drunk, like, you know,
Yeah, right,
crashing jet
right.
skis and things like that. They were all from Australia, by the way.
They're all from Australia.
Let's go.
Just throwing that out
Oh
there.
my god!
I think they had to implement like a breathalyzer thing at USJ eventually.
Oh my god.
I'm glad we could bring a little bit of our culture together.
Yeah.
Damn Australians. Damn Australians.
I mean, they taught me how to live.
They are the rowdiest bunch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
I love them.
Yeah, I think some of those dudes even went on to one guy who was working at USJ. He like was like a stunt designer for like Mad Max Fury Road, and like he was telling
Hell
me,
yeah.
it was
Oh,
really
hell
cool. So yeah, there was some cool cultural exchanges. But yeah, you would meet like people here doing like a weird job.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
Like
yeah.
people in like why on earth are you in Osaka, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
now there's just so many tourists that you can't really
You can't
pick up-
discern. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly, and neither can the locals.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Yeah. So is it normally like, is a lot of tourists now, or is it just still people that actually live here and reside here?
It's tourist city. So yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
wow.
I didn't even answer
Yeah.
your question. I just went it the long way around. Now it's really like 90% foreigners.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's really flipped. But in general, I think foreigners are a little bit more kind of adventurous with their ideas. It's interesting. I've also like changed the genres that I tattoo in now. So I think it's more fitting for,
What did you used to do, and what do you do now?
I mean, when I started, I was like trying to do, you know, traditional Japanese designs,
Oh, right.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
flowers, dragons, koi fish, and then things like from the Suikoden or Journey to the West, or, you know, some of those when you think of like traditional, like
Right.
Buddhist deities, things like that. And
Yeah.
so I was studying with books. I was, you know, copying Katsushika Hokusai and Kawanabe Kyosai and like just tracing their stuff and trying to figure it out and, you know, get the visual language down. And then,
And then you single-handedly popularized anime tattoos. Like Benny,
To the chagrin
reason
of Benny.
the reason why there are so many people with anime tattoos is because of this guy.
oh my God.
Is
well,
that the
you know,
case?
You can blame me.
Yes.
You
So
know,
how did this all start?
God. So I think the way it started was after a while when you're doing the same ish thing every day, like,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's pretty normal for artists, but like you just want to break out of it. You want to do something new. And like, so someone's like, oh, you know, like, wouldn't it be cool? Like if I had like this little like Gundam head, right?
Right.
And, or like, well, what if I had like, you know, a tattoo of like an anime girl on my arm? And I was like, that'd be so wild. What? Like everybody would be like freaked out by that. Are you kidding me? Or like a video game tattoo. Like what if you got a tattoo of Mario? Like it was just like, whoa, like who would do that? It would be just so, it would fly in the face.
Yeah,
of-
who would do
Yeah.
that?
I mean, because all the tattoos I was seeing every day, and like I had no idea. Keep in mind, like I've been out of the US for like almost a decade at this point. So I had no
Yeah.
idea what people were doing over there. Like I didn't
Yeah.
follow the culture at all.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
the stuff I was seeing every day was like, again, it was like flowers, dragons, snakes, you know, cool stuff. Right. And those motifs are classic, but just breaking out of that and being like, you know, talking with a client, being like, well, what if we did this? What if we did that? And so, you know, I did 1 and then 2 and then like 5. And then before you know it, I was like trying to like show that to people like, let's do something like this.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh yeah. And then because in the beginning, like if you don't have a client,
Yeah.
like you can't really put it out there. And like we also didn't really have social media as we
Yeah.
have it today. So you didn't have like this Instagram-y platform to go out there and just like,
Get inspiration or
and then
looking
show
at
people what you're
ideas.
doing
Yeah.
and get more clients. You had to really go word of mouth. And so Osaka, I think, is one of those nice cities where people are a little bit like wild and weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bit chatty
Oh, yeah.
as well,
Bit
aren't
chatty,
they?
yeah.
Bit chatty, yeah. Talked me up a bit. So that was
Yeah.
nice. But yeah, a lot of people who trusted me. And,
Right.
yeah, gave me all that.
Do you remember what the first anime tattoo you did was? Do you remember the first character or series?
the very first one?
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
can.
well, was there one where you're like, yeah, this is like the direction I want to go with my art?
So it's not the first anime tattoo that I did, but it's one of the first ones that I did where I think I was like, I'm just gonna push this out
Yeah.
Right.
nonstop. I think it was Taiga-chan
From
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 Toradora?
Tor.
yeah, Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Tiger from
Toradora?
Toradora?
wait, you got to expand. I thought it would be like a Luffy or a
Or like an Astro Boy or something.
Yeah, or something classic.
This predates Luffy. No, it doesn't. Luffy existed.
This was also, I just realized the pain of a tattoo artist is that you might have done this amazing piece and you're like, fuck, I've got to take a picture. I don't know where that person is or where this piece is, but it's on someone.
Yeah.
This museum that moves around the world and I have no way of locating it to appreciate it.
Yeah, and you have no control who's seeing it and who they're showing it to.
Yeah.
Like, so it's interesting that your old work is walking around out there, and then people are like seeing it. So
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
you know,
They
there's
might
a
end up
little
in
bit
a skin museum.
Can you imagine that? You're like,
You walk in,
traditional
wait a
dragon, Toradora.
Is that Tiger?
Like you open up the locker and she's inside. Oh my goodness, dude! And predictably, this is like one of the first anime tattoos that I did. I had taken a photo of that, and I think I even got it in like a magazine.
Right.
Yeah, and so people saw it, and
What's a magazine?
it was like Instagram made a paper. We got a call at the studio, and somebody was like, "That's my wife that you tattooed on somebody. Okay, that's my wife." And they were like, dead serious.
Yeah, right.
And I was like,
She's not real?
I didn't even know what to say. I was just because
Japanese guy?
Yeah, so this is a Japanese conversation. So he's just our wife does whatever, and I was just like, so desu ka? I had no idea what to say.
Gomenasai, bro?
Deshimasu. No idea.
What the
No
fuck?
idea.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, so the gatekeeping began almost immediately
Oh, shit.
Wow.
in lockstep with the
They're like
culture.
one character per person only.
Yeah.
Who's more intense, tattooing anime fans or Yakuza?
Yeah, right.
So I have a story about that.
Okay,
Okay,
please do tell.
So when I had first opened the studio, like on my own, so I finally like left and spread my
And
wings.
how
like a
many
wild
years
place.
did that take from start to getting to that point as well?
So I had been tattooing at this studio for about 10 years, and then I said, I'm going to dokuritsu, I'm going to go off on my own. They were like,
It's
that's
a long
cool,
time.
great.
10 years
Yeah.
is a long time
It's
to
a
do
long,
it. Yeah.
it's a long time. But I think that was considered really normal in Japan. And like, yeah, of course, like there's no lock on the door. You can leave whenever you want to. But I think I was really into this, like, I'm going to play by the rules mentality.
Yeah,
Especially in like my first decade here. And then like when you open your own place, you realize like there are no rules. You just have to wing it and figure this thing out. So I opened up my own studio, and that was kind of when like I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Yakuza and
Oh, right.
anime.
Sorry. There's a lot of stories.
Well, we got time.
Yeah, we
Let's
got
hear
time.
it.
So I opened this place up, and this is before they enacted all these laws in 2012, which really turned the screws on the Yakuza. They kind of made all these RICO-ish kind of laws.
Oh yeah, it's for like when you go to Japan and you fill out visa form. There's the big thing of like I'm not affiliated with any.
Oh, yeah,
Yakuza.
yeah.
I think that was one of the things that they introduced was like,
Yep.
being a member of a Yakuza is a crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
It's very
doing
RICO.
business with them. I mean,
Yes,
they really
yeah.
were doing this. And so this is kind of right before that happened, I think, about a year or two. And so I opened this place, and I tried to do due diligence and make sure there was like, no one else doing a similar business around me. I moved pretty far away from the place that I had apprenticed at, to not
To not
on
screw them
toes,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's not step on toes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just, to be polite or whatever. And so, within like a week, like a Benz rocked up out front, and these two guys got out in like suits. By the way, I think by now that court case thing,
Yeah.
the court case hadn't started, but the police crackdown had started.
Right.
So I was already like a
I just
rabbit.
opened up
Yeah.
my shop.
Yeah.
I just sunk my life savings into this. Like I had gone all the way back to zero again.
Yeah.
So it was
And
like,
then they're gonna get rid of the entire industry, and like that must be stressful.
I mean, it was like, I was like,
Yeah,
am I just
fuck.
going to leave Japan? Is that it? Like, what's going to happen? Like, what am I going to do with my life? Like, I was going through all this, and then like the door opens, and I'm like, it's a customer. And I go downstairs, and it's these two guys in suits, and they just park their Benz like right in front of the door.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I mean, like, but by this point, like, working in a tattoo studio for a decade already, like, I mean, you do talk to Yakuza. So,
Yeah.
Right.
but at the same time, it's a different thing for them to be actually like showing up at your door.
Yeah.
So there they were. And so I was like, they're like, oh, because my shop is called Invasion Club. And I think what happened was, I was opening in their Shima or whatever, and there were like a couple of Jimu shows like on my street, a couple of Yakuza offices. And so they rocked up, and they're like, the guy's like, Oni-chan, what kind of club is this that you're running? And I was like, club? Like, oh, it's just the name, man. Like it's not a club.
Yeah.
It's not a club. And he's like, what kind of shop is it? I do tattoos. And he's like, oh, you do Zoomy, do you? And I was like, yeah, man. So I just like I didn't know what to do, man. I just grabbed like the photo album I had on my desk and flipped it on like this. And I pointed to it and it was Richan from K-On.
You want this?
And like both the guys just kind of like look down at it and they look at each other. And then the other guy goes, he's just like, Yakuza. And then I was like,
Surprised he didn't just take his shirt off.
I was like, is that it? And they're like, we're not really the types to be interested in using me. And I was like, you guys are literally the premier customers.
You just kept this industry alive.
Yeah. So that was my little brush, and that never had any trouble after that.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Do you remember like your first customer walking in? That must have been such a fun, like the first time a customer was like, hey, I'm interested.
I think in the beginning, because I was already trying to shift from a walk-in style to more of like an appointment-based style.
Right.
So it was a lot of like, when you first open, I was like, am I even going to have customers? Was I getting ahead of myself thinking that anybody would like anything I have to do? Like you start like psyching yourself out if you think about it too much.
Yeah.
But I think I got, in my head a bit, and then before you know it, like of course people are going to come out and support you, at least in your first few months. And so,
and I imagine you probably made a ton of friends anyway, being in the industry for 10 years.
so you
pretty much had like a ton of friends.
A lot of goodwill from a lot of really good people. Like I was really lucky to be in Osaka when I think about it.
I mean, I've really enjoyed that aspect of being in Japan as well, that the sense of community, just not from just people who you work with, but like customers who regularly go and talk to.
People were great, man. Like people brought me stuff for the studio. Like here's a pot to make your coffee. Here's some blankets if your customers get cold. Like thoughtful presents. Like people really came and like, here's like a bottle of wine. I'm like, yeah, straight away. Straight away. Not even waiting for the opening party.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, people were really good to me. And so, to answer your question, like it felt like super good.
Yeah.
It felt really nice to have people coming in and like, wow, like I have my own space now. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Hold the flippin' phone, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Joey here to let you know about today's sponsor, Zocdoc. Finding a doctor you actually like feels like discovering a diamond in the rough. Sure, you want someone in network, nearby, with open time slots, but let's be honest, that's just the start. You also deserve someone who really listens, makes you feel comfortable, calms your nerves, explains things clearly. And guess what, boys? Your diamond in the rough doctor does exist, and finding them is easy using Zocdoc. Zocdoc is a free app and website that helps you find and book high-quality in-network doctors so you can find someone you love. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 150,000 providers across all 50 states in the United States. Whether you're looking for dermatology, dentistry, primary care, eye care, or one of the other 200 plus specialties offered on Zocdoc, you can easily search by specialty or symptom to build the care team that's right for you. Appointments made through Zocdoc happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score same-day appointments. Listen, if I was living in the United States, I know how messed up your healthcare system is, so I would definitely be using Zocdoc to make sure that I can find the right person that will help me to keep up to shape with both my physical and mental health. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments, boys, and go to Zocdoc.com/trash to find and instantly book a doctor you love today. That's ZocDoc.com/trash. Zocdoc.com/trash. Back to the episode.
A lot of people, they struggle to even imagine going to Japan. Like that's such a big leap, but then to go to Japan and then open a business in Japan is like another level on top
in
of
that industry as well.
On that industry. And Japan is also very tough with paperwork and regulation. There's so much stuff. Yeah. And I imagine it must have been very challenging. How long did it take you before you really start to feel like you had really cemented your, put your foot down and you were like, I think I've kind of got it? Or do you never feel that way?
This week, no.
Well, because you're also opening a new one this week, right? The week of recording this.
Yeah, that's right. That's
in
right.
Tokyo?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. In the hood. Yeah,
dude,
very yeah. So it's not a straight line. And yeah, the first time I got on a plane just to visit Japan was like a huge deal. And I was bouncing off the walls in the airplane. Like I was so excited, right?
Yeah.
And then of course, like I'm going to make an international move. I'm going to like teach English. I'm standing in a classroom for the first time. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any teaching credentials. I'm just like a guy like standing in a classroom. Like what's going on? And then going from there to like, visiting a tattoo studio, and then, like everything's an incremental step though.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I think I started getting into the rhythm of like, okay, I've taken a swing.
I've hit the ball before. It's not my first time standing at the plate. Like, yeah, sure. If I tried to do this, I think, 3 weeks into the country, yeah, I'm sure I would have run away crying and fallen flat on my face. It would have been terrible. Of course, it wouldn't have worked out. But it's everything in life is like that. It's incremental steps, right? Like, I'm pretty sure if you told me 20 years ago that like I'd be doing this, like, wouldn't have even believed it.
Oh man,
Right.
you're speaking to the right crowd. I think we all thought that about all of our own careers.
For sure, right?
For sure.
Was there anything like that you were totally caught off guard by when opening up a business in Japan, or like totally unexpected? You were like, what?
I feel like everything.
Yeah. True.
I think there's this idea, like, because I was already going through like visa paperwork, like if you've ever had to work with visa paperwork before in Japan,
Luckily
I know
we
this,
have
but
an agency.
if you guys knew anything about that,
Yeah.
but no, just kidding. Like, if you've ever gotten like your visa finally like squared away, when it's done, you're like, thank God I never have to fucking do that again.
Yeah.
Like it's over. I can relax. And then like you go to start a business and open a bank account and sponsor a visa for somebody else. And then you're like, holy fucking shit, this paperwork, like iceberg is like,
It is an iceberg.
It's touching the Titanic. It's so deep. It's insane. Like it's just honkos and papers and things in triplicate and like taking, glue sticks to seal envelopes and like over and over and like 3 interviews to get a bank account, like in-person interviews. It made getting my permanent residency look like a cakewalk. Having to like do the business stuff.
I mean, as someone who also opened a business here, even though I'm technically Japanese with Japanese citizenship, that shit was still like the biggest fucking headache of my life. Just 6 months of just like, as you said, like signing things over and over and over again, sending it off to some department I don't even know the name of, hoping to get a response within 3 weeks.
Well, like, how like everything is very like trust-based in Japan, right? Like, whereas in America, they're whipping credit cards at you like shuriken when you're like 13, like hurry up and get into debt. But in Japan, like I'm like 35 at the time. And I'm like, can I have a credit card? And they're like,
I still don't have a credit card.
Yeah, not a Japanese one. I don't have one either.
Really?
Yeah.
My first limit, I think it was like 30,000 yen. I'm like, wow. They're like, no, don't spend it all at once.
This is my Konbini only credit card for the month.
It took a minute to build that up. I mean, I think that was like the frustration because like you're trying to build the business. Like I need to buy some things on Amazon. Like I can't.
Everything's over the limit.
Man.
This country, I swear, does everything it can to make trying to start a successful business as difficult as possible. I legitimately don't know how people do it. I mean, you did it.
Persistence.
Yeah.
Just like,
I mean, you probably need to not know what you're getting yourself into.
I agree.
Like not knowing the amount of shit you're going to have to do probably helps because you're like, I'll just tackle one thing. Why is it 15 things?
How hard could it be?
So hard could it be?
Famous last words.
Oh my goodness, dude. I just finished my tax filing for the year. I mean, that is also like
Hell.
an epic adventure. Of just like going back through your paperwork and like he's like, find the piece of paper from this thing you did in January. I'm like, I don't know.
It's somewhere.
Oh my God. And he's like, you have to find it. There's no choice.
Yeah.
I'm like going through, I just moved the studio too, or I didn't move the studio, but I opened a new studio and moved a bunch of my stuff. And so I'm like going through folders like, it's got to be in here. And I'm going through like, old anime figures and just looking for this receipt for an envelope.
So what are some of the most popular tattoos that you have to do in terms of like characters or concepts?
So I have kind of transitioned into trying to do more like original characters now to kind of break out of the envelope of only doing, like Niji Sosaku or, other people's like IP. Like, of course, like I do it in like my own way and like with my own twist, but I've tried to move more into that realm and I've tried to kind of really get a customer base that's kind of on board with that. But in terms of like the requests that we get, I think I've been doing it enough years now that people sort of know ambiently that like, oh, he likes to do like these kinds of characters. Or these, like the weirder it is, the more I'm like gonna like it. That's the short version. So like a lot of people, they'll want to get something, like, and no shade at like Shonen Jump or anything like that. But that's a lot of what people want now. So I'm generally like, if I do an order like that, of course I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to do like a awesome job on it, but I'm generally more interested in something that's really off the wall. So if someone's like, I want to do, this Luffy tattoo versus if someone's like, I want this Maruo Suihiro or this Ito Junji thing, or like I want some kind of a crazy, or they'll say
what's even better is if they're like, I want something that's like inspired by that, but it's like your own original take on it. Because then it's like, you know, all bets are off. We can do something really awesome.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's really fun. And that's what I find myself doing a lot of now.
I mean, that's an awesome place to be where you can kind of choose that when you're like, I kind of want to do more of this. So I will.
It's an incredibly privileged place to be when people are coming to you, not just like copy this thing that I found on Pinterest and put it on my body. It's more like, you know.
Meanwhile, I rocked up to your shop and I'm like, can you do a tiny pum pum on my arm, please? I'm too scared to commit to a giant anime girl.
We grandfather and our friends. It's
yeah. I'll get there one day. Don't worry.
That's how you start.
Yeah.
That's
Everyone starts somewhere. you know?
Exactly.
I feel like Joey's inevitably going to get a lot.
I mean, I already want another one, so.
Oh, nice.
I'll know who to hit up.
You're thinking I could never be filled. I could never possibly fill up
No.
all the space on my
No,
side.
never.
Never.
No.
Yeah, until you're completely out.
Yeah.
What's your next character, Joey?
I have a couple on my mind. There's like some music things I want. There's like another manga thing that I want. Yeah, it's I've realized now, like, you know, having known now a lot of not only tattoo artists but also just like people covered in tattoos. I get where they're like, once you get one, you're not going to stop with just one. You're going to get more, and I get it now.
Yeah, you're looking at your arm and then you're looking at the arm with nothing on it. You're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I could fill up something here.
And the tattooer's like, yes.
More.
So what goes into like designing a tattoo then? I've always been curious about that.
Yeah, so everything starts with the consultation or just the initial contact. So a lot of people are, if they're already following you on social media, they're already kind of probably thinking about what they want. And then usually they'll go through our customer forum where they kind of answer some questions and then they come at me with like, and I tell people on social media this, like, I'm like, throw me multiple ideas, throw me your weirdest, your craziest ideas. And then I kind of make like a list, like here's some stuff I'm kind of interested in doing. If you need like some prompting to get your imagination running. So then people send me, you know, anything from a few sentences to a 10-page PDF of like what they want. And then what I'll do is I'll take that.
I'd read all that.
Oh man. Sometimes people send you some Dostoevsky novels. Like
Probably because they have such a vivid image in their mind. But you're like, I'm not going to get that from this. This is too much.
yeah, my prompt window isn't quite
That's not how it works.
isn't quite that large. Yeah, no. So but yeah, you know, like I'll usually even take their emails.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, hey, I really like what you do. It'd be really cool if I get this girl, and it'd be awesome if like maybe I don't know if you could do like hers like purple or something. Like, got it, purple. You know, and then like they'll be like, and I don't know if you could really fit this in. Maybe like
Just
she
me
had
when
like
I speak
a leprechaun
Japanese.
sidekick or something. Got it, leprechaun. And so like you just like pick out the keywords and then try to fit it on there somewhere. Like you got everything in. It's like, you know,
I was like, it only took 4 words.
oh yeah, like so it starts there, and then you know you go and you look for references, you go and look for things that are interesting. Usually there's some other stuff like you're putting culture in the brain constantly, just through like osmosis. So you're throwing shit up in the hopper, it's shaking around as you walk around the city, and then like when it comes down to sit down in front of, you know, the drawing board or the iPad or whatever, you've already got some stuff that's kind of churning in there. And then you look at the prompt and it's like, oh, well, I could do this. And oh, I was getting inspired by this other thing. Now it's my chance to bring this other thing in that I've always wanted to do. So yeah, it's a really fun process. That's what it's much more interactive than like if you're just taking something someone gave you and just copying it.
Yeah, right.
What's like some of like the weirdest things you've had to do or some out there designs?
There's a few of them.
I'm so curious.
I feel like Joey asked me about this in a previous encounter, and I see the problem is like, of course I don't want to like out anybody.
No, totally understandable. I mean,
Yeah, because you're gonna say like a particular tattoo art, and you're like, wait, I'm
I don't
the
have
one with that.
I don't have to say the person's name, but if I say a person came and got multiple midget pygmy pegacorns with fat bellies,
I'm sorry, what is that?
they're gonna be like, wait, what?
No, there could be multiple people with that one. You know, it could be anyone.
That was one guy. He came multiple times.
That guy knows what he likes. He knows what he likes.
He did. He knew what he wanted. And, you know, I remember like I did this tattoo to spec. This is, by the way, like really early in my career. So I didn't really know how to like kind of steer people or set up boundaries or tell people no or make even suggestions to like steer them.
Yeah.
So at first he was like, oh, I like want this Pegasus. I'm like, oh, well, okay, I can do a Pegasus, whatever, you know? So, but then it kind of morphed. He's looking at the design. He's like, no, like, can you make her like fatter? And I'm like,
Yeah. And like, by the way, like, I practiced drawing a lot, but like I'd never drawn a horse before. Like
It's a hard thing to draw.
it is hard to draw.
Notoriously hard to draw.
So I'm like looking at all these reference book of horses. It's like 3 a.m. I'm like crying. I've got
And you're like trying to make it fatter. It's
With
like
pencils.
whiplash, fatter.
and I go into a weird place. And so like I bring this thing into him and I'm showing it to him and he does the thing where I'm like, okay, man. And he's like, yeah, I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you too. Here's your drawing. And then they do the thing where they're like, and you're like, oh no. Oh no.
The cogs are turning.
I thought I was going to get out of here at 6 p.m. today. Now it's never right. And
no.
yeah. And so like, it just kind of went on. And like, finally, like I finished this tattoo. He was like really happy with it. I came in the next day. There was like, we had answering machines back then at the studio. And you know, it's like what you see in like exposition in movies, this little flashing light.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you have 67 new messages.
Oh no.
And yeah, this guy was like, it's not right. This is not what I asked you for. I need you to change it. And I'm like, boop, next message. And he's like, no, this isn't right. And I'm like,
oh no.
and I'm sitting there and there was another person in the shop and we're sitting there like looking at the answering machine like,
Are all these messages from him?
I suddenly felt like not safe.
Yeah.
You know, and we're like these dudes that are covered in tattoos hanging out in this tattoo shop. And you thought the Yakuza was scary. I was like, what is going on? Like, so, you know, we're skipping ahead on the messages.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was all that. And so like, he wanted me to see if I could like, just like enlarge the tattoo somehow or like add more of them. Like it was sort of this environment too, where like, we weren't really like allowed to say no to customers. Right. We kind of had to do something to make them happy. And so like I ended up doing like a lot of tattoos on this person. Some of my clients, if they're listening to this podcast, are going to know like this story's got lore. Like this,
He's like known. This guy's known.
Yeah. Oh man. Like, but it's a judgment-free zone.
Yes,
you know? And you know, I do a lot of crazy things.
And I imagine as well, there's just people like, you know, obviously your artwork is amazing and what you do is extremely beautiful. But I imagine there are just some people who just regret it, right? Like that's it's generally a permanent thing, and I'm sure people get it and it looks amazing, but they're like,
I think for this dude, he just wasn't satisfied and wanted more, and eventually he did completely fill up his entire
with fat horses.
Yeah.
That sounds like some kind of
Pegasus.
Yeah,
this
please.
sounds like some kind of like biblical curse. Like
I mean,
another one more.
I need 67 fat
like a
Pegacorns in my
German
body.
kid time story. Don't be like Gunther the Pegasus man.
And there was
you mustn't have more of the Pegasus or to take over. Sorry.
There were other odd signs too. Like he would always, you know, like once in a while they'll change the money. Like they'll cycle out the old money and they'll cycle the new money. And like he would always pay with like money that was from like 2 cycles ago.
Oh, wow.
So it'd be like this money that was like minted in like the 70s.
Yeah.
And you're like,
time traveler.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all had theories in the studio. We started generating theories. So after a while, like, you know, on the 3rd or 4th time, I was just like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Like you always pay with these, you know, old bills.
Money, yeah.
His expression, like the color drained out of his face. And he's just like, I can explain. You see, there's a reason. And I was like, oh, it's cool. It's cool. Man, I was just shooting the breeze, you know, just having it. And he's like, no, there's a reason.
Okay.
I can explain it. And I'm like, dude, it's totally cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, like he was and so he leaves.
Yeah.
Right. And I come in the next day and me and my buddy are standing behind the counter again. Yeah. And then, you know, getting the shop ready. Yeah. Look at the answering machine.
Oh my God.
The light's blinking.
Right.
Very fast.
It's so scary.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, you know, not this is not throwing shade.
Yeah.
But, you know, you asked. I mean, I tried to just pick
That's your fault.
I'm just genuinely curious.
I'm relaying information.
Yeah, I don't think you're being rude at all.
Yeah. I just had to pick one off the top of the pile and like, I mean, that one took the cake.
You have a public and customer facing job.
Yeah.
So I think you will, any job where you interact with customers on a regular basis, you're going to have some people who are, a little bit more unusual.
Well, everybody's a unique Pokemon. Man. Like sometimes you get a rare one. And
yeah, for sure.
I just had a flashback. You telling that story, I had a flashback of that scene from No Country for Old Men. It's just like, your license plate is from out of state.
What business is it? Call it. That guy had such an epic haircut.
I love that haircut.
I love that haircut on Anton Chigurh. Like, I wish I could do that with my hair. It's never happened.
Only he can pull it off in that movie.
I think I read somewhere, I saw in like a podcast or something that like he did it on like a dare or something. There was some kind of like story about it that like he normally didn't have a haircut like that, but he did it for the show. Yeah,
it works.
Yeah, no one's pulled it off since.
Yeah. So you also must have lived through the big earthquake as well.
I did indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was that like living as a foreigner in Japan back then?
So we were in Osaka, but we felt it, which was crazy because I remember, there's like different kinds of like waves.
Yeah.
And it was the kind where like everybody we were standing at the counter. It was like me and like a client, and like all of a sudden we just started to feel like kind of like ill, and of course, maybe I'm just still drunk from last night.
Yeah.
Perfectly plausible, but no, it was just like, no, the building is like moving like this.
Yeah.
And like, that's a long way away from Tohoku that we felt it. And so we did live through that earthquake, and there was a lot of people who, I'll relay a story of something that was really cool. There's a tattoo artist named Hori Benny. So she's one of my senpai, and she did this thing where she got a bunch of like biker dudes together, other tattooers. She went around to some of these places that were decimated, and like she's really interested in like Japanese culture and things like that, and especially things like the Matsuri, which really like ties people to their land and their place, and like people lost like their temples and their danjiris, and she went back and like she painted like screens and danjiris and things to like kind of help get those festival things like up and running again for people. Like people really reached out in ways that I thought was like really amazing. It was really inspiring. I think that was my big takeaway from Tohoku. Wasn't just like that it was a disaster and that everyone was losing their mind, but that people really reached out.
Help out.
Yeah. It was really the moment where like the entire country was just like, let's set aside any differences that might arise. Like this is a time where we all need to just like be together and like be there to support people. Because, I think especially in Japan, like living here, like you see that happening in another part of the country and you're like, that could happen here next at any time.
Yeah.
So I think people become like even more like, community driven and sympathetic when they see something like that happening. Like it happened recently with like the Noto Hanto earthquake as well, right? Like people from all over the country are like, I mean, shit, that could happen at my home anytime. So like I need to be there for my fellow man,
No, absolutely.
So it's super cool to see,
Yeah. I mean, of course, we're right next to Kobe. They had the Hanshin earthquake back when I was in high school. I remember that like made the news in the United States. You'd see like the highways had like toppled over. And it was just crazy.
Yeah.
So it was good to see that people had like learned a lot of lessons from that earthquake in terms of like preparation.
I mean, that changed. I think that Kobe one was one that I could be wrong, but changed all the building codes.
But at the same time, I mean, what's really sad about it is like you see some of the footage from that earthquake, the Tohoku earthquake, and a lot of these buildings, the earthquake has just happened, and these buildings are still standing. But then the tsunami comes, and you just can't stop.
No.
I mean, people, are always going to try to point fingers and say this or that, but it's like, you can't stand against
Mother Earth.
Yeah.
You can try to live with it.
Yeah, exactly. We are at its mercy at all times.
Yeah, unfortunately, Japan is not great located.
Yeah.
I mean, come from the UK where we have literally nothing.
Yes.
Maybe some light flooding, but that's it.
Yeah. In the UK, your biggest threat is man.
Yeah.
I feel.
Teenagers with knives.
Food,
It's like there's nothing.
Yeah.
You just get very used to like, I can just put that thing on that cupboard there dangling off. It'll be fine.
Yes.
I mean, same thing in Australia as well, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Australia's nothing as well, right?
Exactly.
I thought Australia had all sorts of things.
Well, they
that
got
could
the
kill you.
animals, didn't you?
Well, we got animals and bushfires. So, those are bad, obviously. But like, we don't have to ever worry about like earthquakes. Even though apparently last year there was a pretty big quake in Melbourne.
Really?
Yeah, just randomly. And I'm like, oh, good. Another thing to add to our list.
Just toss it on the heap.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know me and the boys, you know that we want to keep ourselves in good shape. I want to eat as healthy as I possibly can, as much as possible. But I have one problem. I'm lazy. But that's why this week's sponsor, HelloFresh, has us covered. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. They've delivered over 1 billion meals. Yes, you heard that right. And that's because over 9 million customers have already used HelloFresh. And you know what? With most meal kits, you only get 30 to 40 meals to choose from. HelloFresh has over 100. Recipes take 30 minutes or less. That's faster than waiting for a delivery. Everything shows up at your door. No parking lots, no checkout lines, no forgotten ingredients. And with it comes health and quality. We gotta be completely honest with you, HelloFresh is not available in Japan. But if it was, we would definitely be getting it every single day. Every time we go to America, we have friends who are partnered with HelloFresh, and we've given so many of those meals a try, and they hit every single time. So guys, what are you waiting for? Use our code TRASH10FM at HelloFresh.com for 10 free meals and free shipping. Free meals applied as discount on the first box, new or returning subscribers only, and it varies by plan. You can sign up today by clicking that link in the description and use code TRASH10FM at HelloFresh.com. Thank you very much to HelloFresh for sponsoring us today, and with that said, back to the video.
So where are you from in the States originally?
So I'm actually from Minnesota.
Midwestern.
Yeah, Midwest.
Oh,
yeah,
Minnesota.
definitely. I have not been there in a long time, but
I was going to say, like, because you've been in Japan for over half your life now. Right?
yeah, I crossed the dreaded halfway.
So, I mean, at what point are you like, I'm more Japanese than American in a sense, where you like your mindset at least?
Yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, like I'm always going to be me no matter
Of course.
but, like in terms of like culture and stuff, I mean, it's weird. I think when I left America originally, I was like, man, like screw this place. It sucks. Everyone sucks. I hate America. And then like, after I lived here for a while, then I went back to America. I'm like, America's awesome. People are smoking weed and there's Mexican food. And people are so fucking nice. Americans are so friendly.
Yeah.
It was like blowing my mind. I mean, then
It does
again,
make you appreciate the things that you took for granted, right?
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But then after a couple weeks in America, I come back to Japan. I'm like, oh, the trains are on time. People are polite when, when they put my food in front of me. This is great.
I had to do my like visa stuff today and I had to get like a picture taken. And I just remember one time I wanted to get a picture taken in the UK. It was a fucking ball ache to find a place to do it.
Really?
But in Tokyo, you just, there's like a booth everywhere.
Yeah.
Like every station
Most
is a booth.
stations, yeah.
You're like, damn, this is so convenient. Like we should have this.
What was it like getting your photo taken at the UK?
Well, UK, well, there was nowhere near me. I had to like call up a photo store, but they only spoke Chinese. But like you just make it work, and I remember I was like 19, and I'm just trying to be like photo, passport, okay, this is it, and then like they're just like no, you just sit
But then
there.
somehow
you just get it, and you don't mind because you're just like they'll get it done.
they'll figure it out.
But this was in like London.
I thought it was in Wales.
No,
I
this
was
is in
like,
London. This is like the only one near me. There was no photo booth that was like that wasn't immediately near me.
Right.
But I was like, oh, it's like a store in my area. There's photos. Like, and they advertised online. They did it, and then it happened to be the worker who was there just didn't speak a word of English. In Wales, I think you had to go to like a Boots or something.
Yeah,
but it's like you have to drive, and it's a bit of a pain. Like it's a thing you have to plan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whereas in Japan, it's like a lot of these things you take for granted that you're like, I'll just
do it. Yeah.
oh well, when I'm on my way to my thing, I'll just and that's one
It's
thing.
normally
that
like
is-
post office or Boots or a very specific post office as well. Not everyone.
Yeah, not everyone has one.
Yeah, not everyone.
I think like the convenience of Tokyo
Oh
is
my
like
God.
insane to me.
Unparalleled.
After
It
like
is.
20-ish years in Osaka,
Yeah.
like, and our studio is located like pretty much right next to Shinjuku.
Yeah.
Like it's 5 minutes from the station.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's like, I can just go to Tokyo Hands. I can just go to Fran and look at like soap bottles. Like I can do anything.
You can get
in
any type of
Tokyo.
food or cuisine.
Yeah, it's like
pretty
5
much.
a.m. and I can still like get food. Like that's awesome.
Did you ever consider going back to the US at all? Or was it like just, once you found your footing here, you were like, this is it?
I think like when the stuff was going down with like the legal stuff
Yeah,
here
the
in
legal
Japan,
stuff.
and then like around that time, I think Obama was the president. They were legalizing weed. I was like,
That's what would have got you back over.
I can stay here and be a social pariah and go to jail, or be an art hero and smoke weed and live in California. And I was like, but then like I'm glad I stayed because now I'm like, oh god,
yeah.
America took some turns this last decade.
It's a very different country now.
No country for old men, one might say.
As they say.
Or a country run only by old men.
Yeah.
Said another way, yeah.
Yes. I've always wanted to ask the tattoo artist this, but
Sure.
what is your opinion on a lot of foreign people, especially in the UK and stuff, they have the kanji as like tattoo they get. You know what I mean? Or like Chinese characters or something along those lines.
How many of those have you had to do for foreigners?
I mean, especially early in my career, I've done quite a few.
Yeah.
But I think it's like anything else. Like, I mean, I think the question people should be asking is like, if you're going to take that on as the job, is that like, can you do a good job with it?
Right.
Because if you can't, like, send it to somebody who can. Like, if someone, I mean, I really don't do these tattoos anymore, so it doesn't, I don't even know how I would like respond to it. But like, there's people who do amazing lettering.
Right.
And like, I'll get pedantic about it because I like studying and learning about this stuff. So like, as soon as you start following someone on Instagram who does like nice shodo or something, and then you start scrolling down and you see people, you're like, I don't even want to attempt to do this. Like these people are just doing it blindfolded. And you're like, I mean, they're beautiful. Like kanji is one of the most beautiful things like on earth, and the Japanese have taken it in their own direction. I'm happy they still use it in Japan. It's really cool when you go and visit like China or something, and like they've got, it's like, oh, I can actually read some of this stuff. It's like this unexpected, like super, at least menus, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like, if I get why people want to get them, everyone wants the things that they don't have. A lot of my Japanese customers early on all wanted to get, English scripts. Like, do you know like a good phrase, a good idiom? And I'm like,
really? Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love. I remember one time a Japanese, no, it's even better. A Japanese colleague of mine was like, Benjamin-san, there's a customer of mine and he wants to get this tattoo. It is YOLO. What does YOLO mean?
Oh no.
And he wants this on his hand, YOLO. And I'm like, well, it stands for you only live once. And then he's like, can you explain that? I'm like, well, you only get like one life. So if you want to do something, man, you should go for it. And he's like, I didn't realize America had these like amazing like expressions. It really gets to the heart of the Japanese soul. Like, yeah, it's very like Ichigo, Ichie. Like, I'm down with this. Yeah. Thank you. And I'm like, YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO.
YOLO. Yeah.
So any phrase does seem a lot deeper when there is no like cultural insight into why the phrase is being like.
That's it. Do a good job. Make it your own. If you can, I think if you get something like totally out of context and you trust somebody who also has no context for it, I mean, you're going to get what you're going to get. So if you're cool with that, then
The fish grill. Grill on Ariana Grande is what she got.
Oh yeah.
She got, like,
She got in Japanese. It said grilled fish.
That's it.
It's a yakizakana.
But didn't it literally say 7 rings or something?
I don't know.
Can we pull it up?
There's been a lot of. Shirin,
I think
that's
if
it.
you did a literal,
Shirin, that's it.
Because technically it says like 7 like yubiwa, right?
Yeah,
like 7
shirin,
rings. So I get like, it looks like she directly translated it, but it just culturally means something else.
Oh, right. But those two words together would only mean small charcoal grill.
Yeah, shirin is literally the name of the grill that you grill fish on.
Like, if you take the 7 off, I think it just says yubiwa, doesn't it?
Yeah,
like
yubiwa,
like a ring. And then she's like, oh, 7 of those. So I'll put a 7 on. So it's just, I think it doesn't literally say like, haha, fish.
Are these like things that you have to be like, no, okay, I appreciate that
I hate how pedantic I am.
But you have to be. You don't want to have someone embarrass themselves,
I can't shut the fuck up, and it always gets me in trouble. But
I mean, I've had to do that a couple of times as well because I have a tattoo artist friend in the States that you recently did a tattoo on.
Really?
Yeah, Jasmine.
Oh yeah.
So she's a tattoo artist based out in Vegas, and every now and then she'll text me being like, Joey, there's this client that wants this Japanese word. Knowing that you are fluent in the language, I need the proper translation because I don't.
Fun? Everyone hits you up for those.
Yeah, it's like I don't trust myself in Googling this shit, and I don't want to fuck these people over.
It's just ukon no chikara. What's that about? What's that about?
A traditional Japanese beverage.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saved my life.
Many times. At this point, I don't even know if it works. It's just like a ritual at this point.
Yeah, because there's so many times where I'm just like, I can give you the translation, but I'm just, my personal opinion, this isn't cool to have as a tattoo. That's all I'm saying. And she's like, that's not my fucking issue. That's what they want. So I have no reason to deny it if that's what they want.
As long as they fully know what they're getting.
As long as they fully know what they're getting. And I was like, all right, I'll give the translation, but all right, that's on someone's body now.
Yeah, and I'm not a native speaker at all. So, but people still know that I've lived here a long time, that I speak Japanese. They're hitting me up for it, and then I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm Google Translate,
I feel like you're basically
checking
a
my
native speaker.
checking my work on ChatGPT.
Yeah. I wish I could remember what some of them were. Let me look it up.
Do a lot of people come to you with like AI stuff now and are like, I want this, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Well, they do, but I don't think people are like specifically making something in AI and then bringing it. I think what's happened is like, because people look for inspiration where they can, and they're on their phones, and like they go on Pinterest or Google search. Well, that stuff's all full of AI now.
Yeah, it's all AI. Pinterest is all AI.
Yeah, and so some of it you can't tell. So it's like when I get that, I don't be like, whoa, how dare you, sir? Like, I'm not going to be like that. It's like, well, okay, what about this image they like? They clearly like this kind of hairstyle. They like this kind of coloring. They like this kind of lighting. They like this kind of pose. And I just distill it from there. And
are you always then, no matter what they give you, are you always kind of changing it to be more of your own style? Or is that just something that just happens as you're doing tattoos?
Some of it just comes out naturally. Some of it is a conscious choice, because what happens, especially like in the beginning when I started doing anime characters, like when I think I thought, oh, if somebody wants whatever, like a Studio Ghibli, like let's say they want to get a Ghibli character, right?
Yeah.
Well, I should try to be faithful to like the Ghibli style. I should try to make this Totoro look exactly like, I shouldn't try to mess with the face proportions or change the coloring. I should just, do it this way. And then I really boxed myself. And then I found myself back kind of where I was with the other stuff that I've been tattooing, where I've been trying to work with black and gray portraits, and those are like pretty locked in, right? Or Japanese motifs, where it's like a lot of it's very like repetition and pattern oriented. And so it was like, I was right back where I started. Right. And I'm like, I've got to break out of this.
Yeah.
But if you go too far from the source material, people are kind of in love with the face, especially if it's like a waifu-ish kind of a thing. And they're like, I love the way that she looks. I want, my waifu or my husband to look exactly like this. And then it's like, okay, so how do I bring that back? So that's why like pushing more into like original characters that are distilled from other things people like, it gives them something where like, oh, like now they've got something that's even more unique. There's even more of a story to it. But it is a challenge. So sometimes people will send you lots of images and they'll be very particular. And some people are like, yeah, just run with it.
Yeah. I have a very possibly infuriating question. Because Japan's so strict with like copyright. Is there ever a worry, or are people ever like, hey, you can't draw that character on someone?
I don't think so with tattoos, because it would be like if you went after comic market.
I just know that because Japan can be very odd with this stuff sometimes.
They can. I think if you were like,
you were like, our name is Ghibli Tattoo Studio, and you're like, whoa.
I think if you're producing like t-shirts and like stickers and things like that, and you're selling it, like, I'm sometimes really surprised when I see, because like, there was stuff with like Star Wars and Disney and cosplaying and like all these little cases that have popped up here and there over the years. Like Disney famously, again, this maybe predates you guys, but going after a kindergarten for painting Mickey Mouse on a wall and like, there was
the famous one with the dad whose his son died really young, and kid loved Spider-Man. They put Spider-Man on the grave and they sued the guy.
What?
They like take that shit off the grave.
That's great. No, I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's insane.
Not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Jesus.
Like, please take that off your dead son's grave. So, like,
to them, it's like sending a message, right? That's what they want.
Yeah,
they want people to react like this because they want us to be like repulsed at like how far they'll go to defend their copyright, right?
Maybe it's a feature, not a bug. Yeah.
I think it is. I think it's meant like the intended response. Right?
My personal feeling, like not getting into the weeds with it, because I'm not a lawyer or anything like that.
No.
It would just be that, like, so many people in the anime and manga industry all got their start going to comic market or doujin events.
Comic is just like a lot of like fan work.
Yeah, it's all like doujinshi.
I was just curious if that had ever cropped up as an issue.
It's never really been an issue. I think a lot of times, if anything, people are really happy to see it. So once in a while, like you'll get
the author, or
you'll get the author will say something like, "Oh, this is really cool," like I've tattooed a few mangaka myself, and
I'll never be surprised by the length sometimes in Japan that copyright protection might go to. Sometimes it can be, you're like, what?
Oh yeah.
For sure. I think it's the difference if you're like trying to do like mass produced goods or something like that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What is the most popular like female kind of like waifu character?
The most
I just want to know. I just want to know
if not the one that you do.
But my short answer for me, like, I get a lot of Rebecca from Cyberpunk.
Okay, actually that makes sense.
Yeah, because people love Rebecca, dude.
Her character design is so like good. Amazing. All Trigger character designs are.
Oh my god, no spoilers, but they did my girl dirty.
Yeah, they did.
I'm surprised Rebecca from Cyberpunk. So it's kind of such a recent one.
I think people like the pace of like anime releases is like so fast now, and so much stuff gets cranked out. Like I book so far in advance that usually people are booking either more classic characters or characters that they've been in love with for a long time. But I think if you're in like a country where there's like a bunch of people doing anime tattoos and you get more of that instant gratification, there's going to be like a higher pace of like, oh, like this new anime came out, I'm into it now. I want this tattoo now.
Yeah, right.
So like the trend just goes like so fast now. Like whatever the new thing is, like people are like getting that character, and like suddenly you're seeing it everywhere. Like Free Ren comes out, you're seeing Free Ren tattoos everywhere.
Right. So you like keep up with anime through almost tattoo requests.
Okay, so like,
you're like, I know it's popular. I have a direct feed.
Yeah, I don't want to like out myself as a fake fan here, but like Joey and I were talking about this, how when you start
you're busy.
Life,
You got shit to do.
Dude, and now there's like VTubers in the mix, and there's like all this like streaming and all this other lore, and there's gaming, and like trying to keep up with like all this subculture. It's like, it's literally physically impossible. And so the way, like the way it happens, it's exactly like you say, like people are like, I want this tattoo. And it's like, okay, now I'm in like crunch mode. I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm like, what's an iron mouse? I'm like,
you did a collaboration.
I did. Yeah, that's how I
designed merch. Was it? What was the collaboration again exactly?
That was really cool. So they reached out to me about doing a collaboration, which was really, really cool. And I had done some work with some other VTubers by that point.
Cool,
and so I really had to go down this like, I think I watched, I reached out to the people, I got to get like up on this. And so they're like, watch these compilation videos. And so I'm putting them on 3 times the speed and like just listening to them while I'm tattooing. Like, by the end of it, I'm just like,
your brain is rotten.
Completely rotted. Nothing left. Like my brain was like oozing out of my ears. But no, like after, because at the beginning, right, I'm like, why do people watch this stuff? Why do they like it? What is Twitch? What are these like, what is this whole system? But like after a while, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like instead of this thing where like you read about an anime character or a manga character, and then you put it down, you're like, well, that was nice. This is like, you're interacting with like this persona in real time, and you're developing like this relationship with them. And like, it's really cool. It was really interesting. It's like, well, yeah, if I was like 16 again and it was like whatever, the 90s or something, and you said, here's an anime character you can interact with and the rest of her fans, and you could form a community around it. Hell yeah, I'd be interested in that. Everybody would. So like, the appeal like really like clicked with me, and they were really super cool. And they're like, can we do an illustration? Maybe do like a collaboration. She was a fan of our clothing, I think. Or she was at least aware of it. So we did a few pieces for her, and hopefully there will be some more things in the future.
That'd be cool to see.
Have you ever had to tattoo a VTuber design?
Yeah, so I've done a lot of oh my god, if I forget their name, can we edit this later so I look better? Yeah. I always just call her Same-chan, the little shark girl.
Oh, Gura.
I said it in time. And that is I think I've done like 5 tattoos of her.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah, like the most popular one for sure.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and like a super cute design, stuff like that. And then there was I did quite a few from V Shoujo, you know, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Or maybe
hopefully not with the logo.
Oh, dude, did you see that shirt? Can I talk about this? That shirt AJ made?
Oh, V Shoujo?
Where he took the V of V Shoujo and he tipped it sideways so it looked like a moo.
Yeah.
And then he changed the Shoujo to Shoku, so it says Mushoku, which means out of work.
Unemployed.
I think you pull it up. You go to High Tension Gaijin Twitter.
Yeah, High Tension Gaijin.
I mean, dude, but like,
I didn't understand what the joke was, and then my friend of mine explained it. I was like, wait, that's genius.
Oh man, I just think, look, dude, like if you rob from a charity, that's a special level of evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, Iron Mouse is somebody that, like, in my view, is out there doing a lot of good in the world, trying to pay it forward. Like giving a master class in how to behave in the face of adversity. Like I was really like, she's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Handled it very well.
That's what I thought too. There's a lot of ways to like blow up on social media, and like no one would blame you for losing your cool, but like she didn't at all. She was like really, I was like, wow, I'm so proud to have like worked with this person.
You're such a shit situation.
Yeah.
It's hard to, you know, how do you even fucking begin to process it?
Right. But then flipping it around and then making even like more money for charity. And like, that's how cool is that?
Hell
like,
yeah.
I don't know if I could, you know, pull off something like that. It was really cool, really inspirational.
Yeah. It's, was that this year? That was this year. Oh
That was
my
this year.
gosh.
This year has been insane.
I was like, damn, that was a crazy thing that happened last year, and I was like, wait, that was this year.
Yeah, man.
God damn, man. Because it felt like the empire fell in a day. You know?
Yeah, it imploded pretty quickly, and then
Yeah.
everything else started to come out of the gutty works into the rest of the internet, and
Oh
I
god.
was like, wow.
So how long with each, like, say, like your original like anime girl piece? Because like those, I've been to your shop a couple of times and I've seen some of the stencils of your original artworks. I've always wondered, how long does that take to like actually get on someone's body?
So the physical tattooing time, like once it's all like fitted and it's like been hung on and we dried the stencil.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, if it's in like a good place and the person has like really like taut, easy to tattoo skin or something like that,
Yeah.
like it's possible to finish one of those in like 7 or 8 hours, but
Holy shit.
it usually is upwards of like 12 or 13.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it really depends.
Oh yeah,
on
that's the
person.
Mushoku shirt.
I also AJ's face. He's so
He's
he's
based.
so precious.
Bro lost his job and that was the first thing he
I
did.
just like being able to roll with something like that I really admire that.
Yeah, man.
It's really cool.
Yeah, because I think the Sephiroth you did for my friend Jasmine, that was like what? That was probably like a full arm piece like that. And it was, I think you did that in like, what was it, like 7, 8 hours.
So
I think.
that one, and that one was a little bit smaller than what I usually do as well.
Right.
That one also had some challenges because it went up onto the shoulder and there were some other pieces to work around. But usually I'll do something where it's like joint to joint. So it's like, elbow to shoulder, or it's like wrist to elbow or something like that.
Right.
And then I try to fit it onto kind of like one flat plane there and make the character work with the musculature of the placement. And yeah, I mean, it's a process. You got to do the lines, then you got to shade it in, then you got to color it in, then you got to touch it up. And it takes a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was in my head. I don't know why I had this funny idea. If I was a tattoo artist, but every single time every like 20 minutes ago, like, they would just be so stressed out. Horrifically stressed out.
Internally, there's a little bit.
I'm like, damn, it's taking long.
Oh man, no. I mean, there are days.
No. I mean, I imagine like you mentioned, right? You need to get people skills. I imagine very much so to be able to kind of keep them at ease too, because it's probably quite a stressful thing for everyone, really.
I mean, you also have to be able to like focus for a really long period of time.
Yeah.
And I mean, like in a normal circumstance, a tattoo that large, you would probably break it up. I would say that the majority of tattooers probably do break up tattoos like that. And if it's a local client and you can do that, that's great. But if I have people coming from overseas and like this guy's going to bail and like, I don't know if he's going to come back next year or the year after.
I mean, I've heard you tell me stories of how you used to do like 16 hours straight tattoos and shit like that.
I've done a few.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's so, I mean, and by the end of it, like the client is dead. I'm dead.
You're like just trying to get the wallet out of his pocket. You're like, can I please?
He can't even walk, but I'm pushing him out the door. I'm like, you're the city's problem. No, of course. No, we give them, we try to make sure when people are there, we try to make a comfortable environment. We give everyone, free stuff to drink if they want to order Uber or whatever, get something from the convenience store. Like we're totally cool with that. Like we all take breaks to like,
of course,
have food and recharge. And we try to keep it, so the environment's nice. But most of the time when it's game time, like we encourage them to bring their iPads or their Switch or whatever, like lock in. Then I lock in with my own music or something and then just, go.
What's on your normal like playlist when you have to lock in?
Oh, so because we play a lot of anime music in the shop and stuff like that, and it's what a lot of the tattooers and the clients like to hear. When I lock in, I usually play a lot of these real like soundscapey things, like a lot of EDM stuff. Like there's this French production group called Circle. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong.
Yeah.
But however the French pronounce the word circle, and they have like all these different DJs, these exotic locations, and they'll do like these 2 or 3 hour sets, and so. Or like an hour and a half set or something. And those are really good because it kind of lets you time it to like, okay, that set just ended. So I've been doing this for an hour and a half. It's time to let this person use the bathroom. Yeah.
Makes sense.
But it, stuff without lyrics. So it's not as distracting. So I can just really like lock in and zone in.
I wonder why I've never wanted to get a tattoo. It's never interested me.
Maybe because you heard it takes 16 hours.
That also doesn't sound great.
I mean, my Poon Poon tattoo took what, like 20 minutes?
It's like, thank God.
15, 20 minutes.
I should do these every day.
Yeah. It's like, I'll give you an easy job, Benny.
How's the pain, Joey?
Honestly, I think, so I have 2 on this arm and I have 1 on the top of my spine here. The one at the top of the spine definitely hurt the most because it's on a bone.
Yeah.
even though it's quite a small one up the top there, because it's all like location based, right? In terms of like
it's where you have the most nerve endings, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because I've heard, like, for example, like Aki's got one like on her inside of her arm here.
Yeah.
And that location hurts like a motherfucker, like way more than this side of your arm, because there's just less skin and like muscle to just like cover that spot, right? Like, what's the most painful place you would say to like get a tattoo?
There's like pain maps and stuff you can Google, but like the general thing is like anything that's on the interior. If you think of like the humans as like the human animal, right?
Yeah.
And our backs are facing outward and this part faces outward. Anything that's inward, like in here, in your belly, your underbelly, like anything in here, it starts to feel like, oh, and like you've got like lymph nodes and shit in here. And like your sternum is like right next to your skin. So while it's tattooing the skin, it's not hitting the bone, but it fucking feels like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's not great. For me, the chest was the worst.
Yeah, it feels like, so, like, I can only say this in my experience, but like it kind of feels like if you had someone with like a really, really sharp fingernail just constantly just scratching at you as hard as they fucking can.
That's nice.
It's like, but like they're really like digging into your skin level to the point where it just starts to. Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing it justice, but that's how I feel.
I can hear the cancellation emails.
Yeah. That's just kind of how I felt about it, I guess.
Sure.
But like, I mean, you know, you're tatted up to no end. Like what's it like for you? Do you get used to the pain after a while?
I mean, after a while, like, because your endorphins start like over your life, I don't think you do, but like your endorphins like start firing. So like once you're in it for like a longer piece or whatever, at first you're like, ooh, that's not great. But then after like, you know, a half hour, you're like, oh. Yeah. And then if you're endorphin, you get like a runner's high. So it's almost like, oh, I could do this all day. But then after a few hours, when that starts to drop off, it starts to go like, and if the breaks get too long, your body like thinks it's over, but then you're back in the chair again. And then it's like, but you know, every tattooer is different. Every person getting a tattoo is different too. So people have different pain thresholds, and tattooers have different kinds of equipment, different ways they were taught, different things they've learned. So some people have a lighter hand, but that isn't always better because like maybe they're doing more passes to accomplish what they want to accomplish. I mean, it really depends.
What made you both want to get a tattoo? Like your individual reasons.
I've always wanted to get one since I was in like high school.
Really?
Yeah, just because like I also, again, like back in Australia as well, I hung out with a lot of guys and girls who not only were covered in tattoos, but also, you know, I would back in Sydney, I would actually go to the tattoo shops to hang out with my friends as they were getting tattooed. So like I would get to learn about tattoos and like, you know, make friends with tattoo artists and stuff like that. And I don't know, I always just thought it was like a really cool way of like self-expression, I guess. Which, you know, I'm always down for. But like the reason why, well, there's twofold. The reason why it took so long for me to finally get one. One was I just didn't really know what I wanted.
Yeah.
For one thing, because, you know, I understood like, oh, this thing is on my body permanently. So it needs to be something that, you know, a year later I can't be like, I don't want that anymore because it's not that easy, right? The second reason was that I have a very incredibly Japanese and strict mother.
Yeah, right. I mean,
it's always the mums.
It's always the moms who was just like, if you get a tattoo, I'll fucking kill you. And then when I got my Pokemon tattoo, which is the first one that I got in South Africa, it was my birthday. And basically, Aki and all the people around me were like, YOLO, basically. They're just like, just fucking do it, dude. You've wanted one for the longest time. It's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Your mom's going to kill you? Fucking whatever. Just get it done.
You tried.
Yeah, she tried.
Does she watch the show? How did she find out? Did you even try to keep it a secret?
No, well, I did until, so I went to the convention in September because it was my birthday. It was the end of September. And that year for Christmas, I was going to go back to Australia to hang out with my family. So I was like, maybe during this 2-month period, they won't find out, you know, because I don't know how much of my videos they actually watch.
Oh, you showed it in the video?
Yeah, because it's in my South Africa vlog.
Oh, man.
And so I guess
That's how you broke it to them?
That's how I broke it.
You let them find out for the vlog?
Yeah.
Was this when you proposed? Was this that trip?
No. This is before that.
Okay.
Yeah, the year before.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I came home. Actually, my sister texted me like maybe 2 weeks later. The vlog went up and she was like, yeah, mom just found out. And I was like, oh, how is she? And it's like, I'll let you take a guess.
Was she furious?
She was pretty angry. But then I went home and, it was during Christmas and I thought it was going to be the first thing that was going to be brought up.
You unveiled the fucking
I
Yakuza
was,
back tattoo.
I was preparing for my mom to just be like, sit down, son.
Was she just like sharpening the family katana
sharpening the knife,
on the whetstone?
being like, if anyone's going to take him out, it's me.
I want first.
Show me the limb.
I brought him
It'll
into
only
this
take a
world.
moment.
I'll take him out. No, but what actually ended up happening was, that talk didn't happen, thankfully, for like the first couple of days I was there. And then Christmas Eve.
Thought you were out.
Yeah. And I thought I was like, oh.
The third drink.
Yeah, I was like, maybe she's forgotten about it. Maybe she's like cool with it now that time has passed.
No.
So Christmas Eve happened. It's like me and my family are all at my house and we're all just getting shit faced as you do. And then my fucking sister.
She instigated.
Of
course.
This is the job of siblings.
Yeah.
Getting you back from something you did,
Motherfucker was like, we were talking about, we were talking about this because my sister's partner is also covered in tattoos, right? And Aki's also has a bunch of tattoos, right? So we were talking about, my sister was like, oh yeah, it's like kind of funny like how our partners are like covered in tattoos, but we don't have any, except Joey, right?
That's the most sibling thing I've heard of.
She threw the grenades.
Dude, I like whipped my head so fast. I was just giving her like the, I'm gonna fucking kill you later. And then my mom was like, yeah, let me see it.
Oh, boy.
Oh god.
And
The
so,
reveal.
we're all pretty drunk at this point. So I was just like, oh, yeah, look, check it out. And I pulled it up and it was the Pokemon tattoo. She was just like, this fucking thing starts pinching my arm like this, like really hard. And then that was it. And then she just kind of forgot about it. My sister was looking at me like, wait, you're still alive? Like, what?
Do you think she'd be more pissed off if it was your sister?
I don't know. See, because my sister has also wanted tattoos, but she's also afraid of my mother.
Yeah.
So, but then at the same time, I'm like, well, bro, I've ran the course already.
You're also a YouTuber. How much more can you fuck up?
Yeah, exactly. She was already disappointed in me, So it's like
forget about
she was
it.
like, you fell off already. That's fine. It's like you can't fall that much further.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what I learned. And
Also,
so,
you preloaded telling them because they found out for your video.
exactly.
So
I didn't have to do like the ta-da kind of like, reveal like that. So I feel like I played it smart in that sense.
Yeah, I do love watching those videos of like parents finding out their kids have tattoos
Yeah.
and fucking lose it.
Oh, there's like reaction videos to that? I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Of course there
Yeah.
is. Why am I even asking?
And then a month later, I filmed the tattoo documentary and got the poop and tattoo from you. So I was just like, well, if she's cool with one.
Seal's broken.
Oh, yeah, the seal is broken.
What's one?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's one more?
Are
Exactly.
you ever going to get a sleeve, Joey?
I don't know. Aki says I'll probably look good in a sleeve, but I just don't know what I want, is the thing.
I feel like you'll tell everyone they look good in the sleeve.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And well, if it's you doing it, everyone will look good in the sleeve.
Exactly.
Surely.
I mean, I'm sure. I wonder how many family disputes
Of course.
I wonder how much of that I've put into the word. I wonder if there's anybody who's to this day is.
But on the other side, how many people have their lives have been enriched by you?
right? Well, I mean, the true like the victory lap one is if like the mom hates it, the mom cries, the person calls up like, "Can I get rid of this? Can I cut? What can I do?" And I'm like, "There's nothing you can do. Like, I can't do anything for you unless you want another one." And then
There's a whole other industry.
But then eventually, right? When they come back in with their mother, and then the mother gets a tattaoo, that's like the
Wow, that's
like
happened?
oh yeah,
Wow.
The mother, it's like the mom's like, I hate this, can't stop looking at it. God, this did it hurt?
Wow.
How long was it? What? And then before you know it, yeah, it's happened a couple times. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because
that's like the best thing
that is the best
Yeah.
scenario.
It's great for me, but it's also very wholesome. It's
because I remember in the documentary we filmed and I interviewed for you, you told me this really interesting thing where like you surprisingly get a lot of Japanese clients who are of the older generation, like maybe who are already retired, who come in and get a tattoo because now that they're retired, they kind of like freed themselves from the societal shackle.
there's
guess.
a lot of that.
Yeah.
COVID too, when a lot of people went remote, and then I think there's also a lot of circumstances in Japan right now with employment where people are just like, look, we just need people to do these jobs. We are not. I mean, remember, like you can go into a coffee shop now, for example, and like the barista's got visible tattoos.
Actually, good point. Most of the baristas that I go to, I think some of them have small tattoos.
But dude, like remember, like years ago, you'd walk into a coffee shop, and if the girl had dyed her hair brown, like the chapatsu, they'd be like, oh, it's unseemly to have dyed hair at a coffee shop. It was
Unprofessional.
Unprofessional. Yeah. Now it's just like no one cares.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people still care, but I think the stuff that people should be caring about. I think people's priorities are shifting.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
With the world.
I mean, also like all those businesses have changed too. Like coffee shops have changed too. It's got, like gone away from the old Kisatan.
Oh yeah.
And a lot more of the like LA style barista.
Totally.
It's like kind of become a lot more popular.
I still love those old school
I do love the
Japanese
Kisatans.
Yeah, they're
those things
cute.
I
cool.
love a Kisatan.
I love that the cigarette smoke stains on the wall are like so thick at this point.
I love everything. There's nothing better and like warm feeling than walking into a place where the menu is sun bleached to shit.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, I know this is going to be a nice spot.
Like a faded blue photo, and you're like, it's a photo of coffee beans, but only the blue is left.
If the coffee place in Japan does like those sandwiches, like the sandwich set, you know it's going to be
it's gonna
like
be fire,
it's like a great place that
And
has
it's
stood
like
the test of time.
350 yen for a set.
Yeah, it's like it is a pillar of the community. You know?
They cut off the crust, and sometimes they'll bring like a hard-boiled egg just to like sweeten it.
I've got a hard-boiled egg.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Sometimes you'll
Saka.
be whenever we've gone to like these remote places, like you only have the Kisatan for like lunch or something. And it's just in this town that is, no one's there, and it's such a homely feeling. And they're like, "What are you doing here?" And you're like, "You're the only place in town."
Yeah. Can we get a banging sandwich and a coffee?
And it's a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like mom making your breakfast. Like it's someone prepared it by hand. Like,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
like you're so spoiled by it. And it's like, yeah, I get why people enjoy Starbucks, and it's great in a pinch. But when you have to have your pumpkin spice fix or whatever it is. But man, there's nothing like that.
Totally.
I mean, you won't miss when the Starbucks gone. You'll miss when these grandma and pop places are gone.
Oh man, it's already happened a couple times.
Well, I mean, it's tough, right? Because a lot of these places, they offer menus. There's a place that I always go by that does curry for like 500 yen, I think. And that can only exist because I have to assume they own the building they're operating out of. And that obviously is a thing that is going to go.
That's got to be it. I always wondered the same thing too. I'm like, there's a guy sitting in this electronics store in
they must own
Ippomachi,
it. They must
and he's
own
still
it.
selling a Wapro, a word processor, for like $600 dollars basically.
Yeah. Right.
And he's still sitting there and like
So you gonna buy
smoking, and no one's buying that word. I mean,
But I think because they just don't have to pay as much, for rent. Because rent's
I
the
think he
killer.
must have bought the building
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Because there's a guy near me that I always walk by, and he's naked outside.
What?
I don't think he sells anything. I don't think he even opens.
He's just naked.
He like has no shirt on. He's often like in like underwear, smoking outside.
Yeah.
And like it is obvious that it was a store at some point, but clearly it like at some point. It like
the earth has reclaimed it.
It very much that like he gave up on the store, but the store is still there, and it's obvious that it was a store, and it's so interesting. So I'm like, what is this? Like, what's the deal? But then sometimes his friends will come by, and they'll all be like smoking and drinking outside.
Are they
of his
also
store.
naked?
He's the only one that's naked. He's always naked, and he looks pissed all the time. And he looks pissed that I'm looking at him because I'm like, I'm just curious. I'm trying to vibe on what's going on.
He's like, what's going on here? Yeah.
But it's like it's obvious that it was from an era where you owned the shop and it was so fascinating. But we are losing those, and it is a shame because it is such a. I think a lot of the Japan vibe people associate is that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier when I first came here, and I was kind of hanging out with like all my edgy friends when I was 20 or whatever, and I thought it was so cool. But like even like people who are doing stuff like that, like those punk rock kids with like crazy hair and stuff, like you'd party all night, you'd wake up in the morning, you'd go to that Kisatan, and then you're like, these guys are eating it like the little granny Kisatan with the doilies, and then you're like, and then you eating those sandwiches for the first time, you're like,
Nobody's immune to grandma's cooking. Nobody's too good for grandma's cooking.
No way, dude.
Everyone sits down and shuts up for like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you can still smoke cigarettes, which used to be cool. Yeah.
And you can still do that now. Those Keystons, a lot of the Keystons, you can
A lot
still
of them,
smoke.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the appeal is the weird kind of the beautiful combination of a coffee and a cigarette kind of.
Right.
I brought so many like friends from overseas to Japan to like, and like even like the little small izakayas, like the local izakayas where you can smoke inside, and they're just like, wait, you can do that here? That's fucking awesome.
What's the deal with? I keep hearing that they changed like the laws or something, but are these guys getting exceptions, or they're just like, I don't give a fuck? Like,
so I'd heard, and I don't know how true this is, and this is what I've heard from just talking to people, is that if the boss is technically there of the establishment, the person who owns it, you're allowed to smoke. But then I guess some places the boss obviously isn't there.
so if grandma's the boss,
Yeah, because I think the idea was around the rule change was that a bar, like the classic kind of what Japan is known for, the bar where the guy owns it, he's the guy who's making the drinks. It's like his store. The idea was they want to preserve that, which I think is good because like that, you know, a lot of the time that's like the only way out of this, you know, salaryman hellhole. Yeah. It's like let a guy open a little bit of
self-care.
Yeah, and that guy loves to drink, so he, you know, he opens up a bar. So I think there was a kind of workaround where like if you technically the boss was still there and it's been in the shop and it's been there for a while, it's okay. I don't know. It's a pretty weird gray zone.
Interesting.
Where I feel like people are very happy to look the other way as well in general.
Yeah, sure.
Like everyone is okay with this kind of weird gray thing where it's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to mess up the vibe either because half of it, it's not only the food, it's like the entire vibe of being in a place like that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look, smoking can sometimes be a fucking horrible thing to be around if it's completely forced upon you in every aspect. But at a 3 a.m. bar, I think people understand that it's part of the turf, but also part of the charm at these places. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I like being in these bars. People smoke. It really adds to the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. It's it definitely feels like culturally it's on its way out. Like,
Yeah.
Australia, holy crap. A pack of cigarettes in Australia is like more than a house.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, how expensive is it for a pack?
A pack of cigarettes now is like, I think you might have to look it up, but like, I think it's like $40.
Holy shit. Are you fucking with me?
It's, I think it's something like that.
it's like status.
Yeah, $41.
What?
A
It's like a
popular,
Louis Vuitton bag.
a popular 25 pack is now close to $49.
God damn.
So when people like travel outside, are they like, bring back the cigarettes?
Oh, dude. Do you know how every time I come back home to Australia, so many friends are just like, can you bring me back a packet of cigs, bro?
Yeah, no fucking kidding.
So full disclosure. So when I first came to Japan, like I used to smoke cigarettes.
Well, I mean, if you're in this, I imagine
Naturally,
like,
You're in the tattoo industry.
I was alive in the night.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I come here and like, you know, I'm like cigarettes in America at that time were like $3 or something. And I came to Japan and it was like, they were 175 yen. And I was like,
And you can buy from the vending machine too.
yeah. And I was thinking, I gotta quit. I have to quit. But remember, I'm living on an island full of old people.
They're all
do is
smoking.
smoke and drink and fish. And that's it. And so I'm like, I gotta stop. And I'm walking by these vending machines and like these like mild
beautiful
sevens
glow.
or whatever. Oh my goodness.
the glow in
calling
the
to me.
evening. Come and
The
smoke, Benny.
stars under the night. There's no light pollution, only the lone vending machine.
They
And,
look
like,
so
and, you know,
welcoming.
and you're looking at the ocean, like enjoying your cigarette. So it was so hard to quit. It was like, they do not make it easy.
Yeah.
Like it was way too affordable.
To go back to the tattoo conversation, I always wanted to know this. What is the weirdest place on the human body that you've had to tattoo? Because I'm sure there are some places in the human body.
Oh my gosh.
Because I've also heard from my other tattoo artist friends some stories, but like for you, what's like the weirdest request where you're like, I want this tattoo here?
I mean, I'm sure without explicitly answering this question, everybody already knows like the answer, but like it's straight up the genitalia.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I mean, what could be weirder, like the inside of your nostril or like your ear canal or something, I guess, or like some.
Have you ever had to tattoo a butthole?
Before we began today, I was asked, "Is there anything you're not comfortable talking about?" And I was like, "Nah, whatever." The answer is yes. And it was, man, this.
What did you have an internal battle when that was like question was asked to you where you were like,
Oh yeah,
I got to draw a line, but is this it?
Yeah. No. So this is very early in my career, and it was like this, like just weird old Japanese dude came in. And, right.
I see my head. My asshole.
I mean, oh my goodness. He brought out, he brought this wrinkled piece of paper out of his pocket and uncrumpling it on the counter and like it pushes it forward and it's like this drawing of like kind of like two legs on a butthole and he's like drawn these like ants and he's like, can you make it look like there's ants crawling out of my asshole?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, nah, man, like we really don't do that here.
Yeah.
And then like, this is back when like I had all these like very cruel senpai.
Yeah.
Right.
And remember how I said there was an atmosphere that you can't really like refuse things in the studio. And so they're like, like you can't just, the shop's reputation is saying you can't just tell this guy to leave. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, I'm trying to think quick here. I'm like, I'll price this guy out of the shop.
Yeah.
I'll just tell him it's
Yeah.
like a bajillion dollars.
Yeah.
So I think, and remember, the end was worth more back then.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I think I told him, okay, this is going to be like Jumanen.
Yeah.
And after the cut the shop was taking at the time, I was making nothing. I was lucky if I went home with like a McDonald's wage at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
whatever that was at the time. But
Yeah.
so I'm like, okay, man, like it's going to be like, you know, Jumanen. It's going to be like
A grand.
whatever, a grand. And I'm thinking to myself, get out of this. And then the guy's like, oh, daijoubu. Yeah. I was like,
But then you're going to get cut.
And he had this look on his face like, oh, that's more reasonable than I estimated.
You're like, shit, I could have done 2 bands.
I'm like, God damn. Oh, man. And so, like, this guy is like, you know, and I'm like, I don't even know how am I going to get this guy to like sit? Because I don't want to like sit there and try to like,
Spread your butt.
oh my God, dude. It was like so.
So wait, for context, how old was this guy? Like roughly?
So at the time,
Like how old are we talking?
just to give you a sense of the proportions here, I think I was 25
Yeah.
or 26.
Yeah.
And he would have been 55 or 56. Enough.
Okay.
You know, when men begin to smell as they age, that had started happening. So, and this isn't just the smell of the arsehole, by the way. This is like the kareishu. This is the old man smell mixed with some tobacco in his clothes, just to bring it full circle.
God.
And so he's just like, oh, I'm like, all right, well, you know, so I got this guy with his legs doubled up over his head. And I'm sitting there and like everyone's standing and all my senpai are, they're just howling.
That is not how I would have imagined the position to be. When
And-
he
I thought-
presents his butthole to you.
I tried to think, how do I get this? Because I'm not going to stretch the skin. I want to touch this thing as little as possible. Because you have to stretch the skin on the area to and then tattoo with the other hand, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to have him stretch it so I can only, and I'm wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even so,
Yeah,
Did
right.
you,
it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Yeah.
Did so the day he came in, did you tattoo him the same day?
No, it was the same day. This is like, this all happened very fast.
So were you like, yo, can you go to the toilet? You know,
Yeah, clean yourself up.
bidet up first. You know, It's
I
just-
was the one who had to go in the toilet and look in the mirror like, what is going on? What
He was
this is-
clean, bro. He's ready.
I was having to get my game face on. Like, so anyway, I'm like also bargaining with myself, like they're ants. And the ants are this big. So it's like 3 dots and a couple little legs.
Yeah.
Like, and he wanted, I think like 3 or 4 ants. I'm like, I'll get this done maybe with my dignity sort of intact and it'll be 15 minutes and I'll have all this money and then I can like buy food and not die. And so
yeah.
I was like, okay, so I'm going to have him do this. And so he's on the bench and he gets this thing like ready to go. And I like an additional smell begins to emanate from the wet dungeon walls. This is like a nightmare scenario. Like TLDR.
I hope no one's eating while listening to this. Sorry.
Yeah, this was not the story I was expecting to tell today, but
No.
here we are. So no, I finished this thing and, you know, I got paid and my senpai thought this was hilarious. They were all like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Like, well, you know, you have to do things like this once in a while. I'm like, I do. and then, you know, eventually I would take an apprentice on. But
Right.
by then the cultural zeitgeist had shifted and they're like, I'm not doing that. You're like, well, okay.
Yeah, right.
I guess I can't tell young people what to do. That's, we were the last generation to have to do that. It's fine.
Jesus.
So yeah, but I remember after that, I'm like, even though I got paid, I was like, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, why did I do that? Why did I should have done anything but do that.
Yeah.
And so like, I remember like I went out to like, I'm going to buy the really nice sushi for myself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat onigiris I'm going to treat myself.
Yeah, right.
And while I'm trying to eat the sushi, all I could think about was like the footprint that was left in my olfactory senses from this assault of smells. And like, I got
So funny.
I got sick and could not finish my food and had to leave. It was like, if you've ever wondered, you know, at some point in your life, you're going to have your highest point and you're going to have your lowest point. And you have to live for a while to be like, I wonder where my lowest point is. And I think like all things considered, my living situation, I think that was probably like pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, I was still employed and I still got paid. So it
Yeah.
still like was something.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there
Yeah.
also, I'm sure that made you question, like, you know what?
Is it worth it?
There are some things that are just not worth it.
I mean, it did because it was like sort of like I wasn't doing like I was just doing stuff that walked in the door. So I
Yeah.
wasn't like now I've got this client base now. I've got this like thing that I do. I've got these things that I'm trying to push. I'm feeling very like self-actualized as an artist
Yeah,
on that
for
like,
sure, yeah.
that hierarchy of needs, and like I feel really good about where I am with my life right now. But like, yeah, in that moment, I was like,
You got to transfer it.
is this ever going to go into like anything? Like, is this like what I was born to do? This is like, this is fucking terrible. And also too, like, I felt like I couldn't say no. Like all those senpai were like, you know, at the time too, like they were scary.
Yeah.
And also too, like, I kind of felt, I don't have this mindset anymore, but I definitely had that mindset at the time. Like, I'm in Japan. This is their country. It's their rules. I need to play whatever they say, like goes. And that's the Japanese way. Not really thinking that there are many different people in Japan with many different points of view. And just because something is cultural doesn't mean everybody.
With you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they totally were. And like, now I'm like, well, okay, they were fucking with me. So
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you can, like, of course, like I can laugh about it now, but I think in the moment, man, no.
Oh,
You're like
yeah.
traumatized. Yeah.
You're totally traumatized.
Also, what a weird fucking request as well.
I mean,
Like, why?
yeah, that guy came
Of
in.
all things to tattoo on your ass.
That guy came in like a week later and he was like, can you tattoo a gecko on my penis? And I was like, I'm booked out. I got something. The senpais weren't there. And I managed to like, I was like,
Oh,
this.
that's so funny.
So that was when the
fuck
boundary was established. That was
Yeah.
the beginning of boundary
I
sex.
just can't imagine having to like hold someone's cock to like draw on it.
Like, so I need you to get a little bit hard just so the skin is a little bit more taut.
My goodness. My God. Yeah, I mean, genitals, because they move so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to get them thought.
Jeez. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's
that.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I guess sometimes though, like, it is good to have crazy experiences like that.
Yeah, you need
because-
some crazy experiences, I think, in life to make you appreciate being normal and living a normal life.
I mean, does everyone have to go through that? Maybe not. But
Maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe
maybe
not. But
You can be the guy watching you do it instead and be like, "No, I'm good.
yeah, I'm good. I don't have to try heroin. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I can learn through the example
I'm
of others.
okay.
Yeah. Actually, another question I wanted to ask you
Sure.
that I didn't get to ask in the documentary is, what do you think about tattooing eyeballs?
Ooh.
So
Because that's like kind of a newish thing that's happening, right?
it's a bit, well, it's actually this is my pedant thing coming out again. It's
Yeah.
actually this old like ancient Egyptian ritual that they did.
Oh, really?
And I think people call it colloquially. Yes, that.
Yeah.
They call it like eyeball tattooing, whereas to me it falls like more into like body modding, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But well, I mean, whatever. That's just semantics. But yeah, I mean, they literally insert deposits of ink around the eyeball in the
Oh, I'm
white
gonna throw
part,
up. That sounds
and it
disgusting.
soaks in. And like, I mean,
Oh.
if you want to like look outstanding and like, yeah, like it'll be. You look at someone like that, you're like, whoa. Especially if they have like light colored eyes,
Yeah.
because it's such a. We're used to seeing human eyes like all the time. It's like
Yeah.
what humans react to most is other human eyes. And so when you see it, you're like, oh. So if that's
It's like
your
uncanny valley.
yeah,
almost.
if you want to have like that cool, like uncanny appeal, like I see why people do it.
Yeah.
However, my God,
That makes my stomach chill.
I
a
would
little bit
not-
hearing that.
Yeah.
you only have two eyes, man. Like,
It's also incredibly dangerous, right? Like people have gone blind.
yeah, man, I would say so, especially if you're going to like whatever Zeke, the dude up the street with the rusty
Yeah.
screwdriver. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the ancient Egyptians did it too, but like
I'm sure
they
we'll
also
buy it.
built pyramids. I mean, allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah. Allegedly.
Who even knows? I mean, yeah, I don't judge. If people want to do body mod and things like that, like if it makes you happy, go for it.
Yeah.
Like I would never do anything like that. It's outside the purview of what I do.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Before we start wrapping up, obviously you opened your store in Tokyo.
Oh, yes, I do.
What is the, like, why Tokyo? Why did you move from Osaka out to Tokyo?
So I can be closer to Joey.
Oh, thanks, Benny.
Um,
I know that's a lie, but
but it's part of a larger fabric, though. I mean, I had been in Osaka for like 2 decades, and that's a long time to be in any city, at least for me. And like, I did a lot of amazing things in the time I had there, but just increasingly, like the collaborations we were doing, the stuff we were doing with our clothing line, the stuff we were doing with, you know, like we did like that pop up at like Harajuku La Forêt, right? And like, just increasingly working with anime companies and manga companies and like working with IP and doing licensed stuff. It's like all these, you know, you're like, yeah, let's have a meeting. Yeah, cool. Like, what's the closest station on the Yamanote line? It'd be like Shinsaibashi. Like, so eventually it was just like, I've got to go up there. And I found myself going to Tokyo like once a month. And of course there's this famous rivalry between Osaka and Tokyo and like, oh, like one city is better than the other and blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I have a good time every time I'm in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I never have a bad time. And like, eventually it was just like, Osaka was very comfortable. I love that city. It's just like wrapping up in a warm blanket that like you wear on like a cold night. Like it feels good. The food is good. The people are funny. Like all the things people say about that town are true. Like, that's why I love it. I live there, you know, and even for like someone like myself who's like, you know, I'm a foreigner and I'm an outsider and I'm doing a profession that's generally frowned upon, and people still welcome me in that city. So I felt like not only Japan has been a good second home to me, but you know, Osaka especially. So it really like hurt to like to be away from those people, but there's new challenges and things I still want to do. And like, you know, I joke about being old, but like, I'm not so old that I can't do a new challenge. For me, that's what opening Tokyo was about. We had other people that wanted to join our crew. Somebody, Laura Anunnaki from Mexico, we arranged her visa to come work with us full time. And then my friend Mika, she had her own studio. She closed her studio down to join our studio. So slowly but surely, bringing some more of the friends into the fold. And
oh, fuck yeah.
Making a cool environment. We have a really good crew, really good people. And I'm really lucky to have them. I could not have done this Tokyo move by myself. Like, it would have been impossible.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty daunting. If people wanted to get a tattoo, where should they reach out to you?
So the best place to hit us up is at our official website, which is invasion.club.
Invasion.club.
And there is a link in the navigation that takes you to our kind of tattoo yoyaku form. What do you say? Your
reservation form?
Reservation form. My God. Reservation form. Yeah. And then, you know, you just put in your input and like who you're looking to book with. And we all have different booking schedules. We particularly close our books and open them again. But yeah, that's where people can find us. Our merch is also there on the site. Yeah. If anyone wants to check it out. Yeah,
man.
Would love that.
And that new Tokyo studio you have too is so fucking sick.
I want to see it.
Thank you, man. That's
sick as fuck.
2 years to find that location.
Yeah.
And get someone to rent to me. Like just one more little quick story here. The realtor, I was on my 8th realtor. And I remember the guy.
Oh yeah, tattoo studio. They're like, no.
And my friend introduced me to this guy's young. He's like 26.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, can this guy really? This seems like an old man's game. Can he really find us a cool pad? And like, boom, boom, boom. He's not emailing us. He's using like Line like a normal person, right? He's sending us all these, and like he hooks it up. And I'm like, how did you hook it up so fast? He's like, well, I work with clients who have like weird jobs, such as tattooers. I'm like, what other clients do you work with all the time? He's like, oh, YouTubers.
Notoriously very fucking difficult to get any kind of people to rent to us or, you know, trust us. They just think we're prized. And to be fair, some of the good amount of us
they're not entirely wrong.
That blows my mind though. Like I didn't realize that it was like almost like a stigma to get a property if you're like a YouTuber.
I mean, in Japan, it's like just being self-employed in any kind is already just like a red flag.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Let alone it's like, wait,
hired?
so you're self-employed and you make money on the internet doing what exactly? You know?
And they don't really like the inconsistency of it.
I agree.
It's like, okay, you're making $1 million now, but you could fall off tomorrow. You know? So it's like, how am I going to trust you that you'll be here for the next 5 years to pay off your whatever, right?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
We finally got it linked up. We found a nice place, and we're happy to be open now. We've kind of had a soft launch, but this week it's the official open at the time of recording. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sick, man.
Well, thanks for having me today, guys.
I know nothing about tattoos. I think Gaunt as well.
Yeah,
so
this
really
was
fun
such
to
an interesting
learn more about it.
wealth of like just stories and just learning something new, hononestly. Thank you so much
cool
for coming
fucking
on.
journey.
No, thanks, guys. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And if you want to, again, like if you're in Japan and you want to get a tattoo while you're here, this is the man to hit up. So go and do that. Links in the description. But hey, look at all these patrons on screen. Benny, point to your favorite patron. They're on screen right now.
You in the back.
In the back?
In the back. Choice. Upper left.
I like that guy.
In the green shirt.
Hell yeah. But hey, if you want to check out the Patreon and support us, because every single week we do Patreon exclusive weekly content. In fact, we have a brand new one that you guys can go check out right after this one. Mudan, play a clip of that.
Okay. Are you old?
Joey's like, I know how to play poker.
When you fold, you don't normally show your cards.
I don't know. I don't know how to put it down face down. I've never played this game.
But if you want to check that out and support the show in the process, head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit. If you head our face, listen to us on Spotify, and go check out Hori Benny. We'll leave all of his info down in the description below. And thanks for coming, Benny.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.